And we are live. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful July 21st, 2026. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself.
It's actually the evening now.
Oh yeah, it is a later stream, but we have a reason for that, and that's because the state of Arizona has a primary tonight, and well, polls close in 7 minutes. But here's the thing with Arizona. They suck at counting votes. Of all the swing
There's
states,
absolutely. Oh, go on.
yeah, they're one of the worst out there, especially the swing states. And they don't have a reason for it. Like, fine, states like Wisconsin or whatever, that's one thing. But Arizona, most of their votes are early and by mail. Yet they have this problem where they can't count votes. It's stupid, but it is a big election night here. We have a couple congressional primaries in particular. We do have a governor primary, but Andy Biggs.
Biggs has got that.
Yeah, Biggs got the. I just want to see what percent he gets. But David Schweiker, he went down with the ship, I guess. But yeah. So it should be a quick. It's both a quick and long night. When we get the initial results, we'll know who won for most of the races. But
I mean, turnout's been, even for a Republican primary, turnout's been pretty good out of Maricopa.
Yeah, and that's
I looked at the numbers for 24 and 22. There's a lot more Republicans voting in the primary than in those 2 years.
That's
actually feeling
noteworthy.
pretty good. Obviously, we can't completely extrapolate what the general is going to look like off of a primary.
Yeah, because especially Arizona.
Considering this isn't nearly as competitive of a midterm or as 22 was, because you had Lake and Masters, and that was a whole thing.
And don't forget, you had Secretary of State, AG, all those races were competitive.
Burnett, yeah, all those races were competitive. Republican candidates have been more or less figured out, but there's still higher turnout than the 22 midterms, so that looks really good. Again, can't extrapolate fully off of primary, especially at Arizona, but if the numbers keep up, it's looking like it's going to be very red this midterm in Arizona.
We'll see, hopefully, but no high stakes primaries here. Absolutely nothing. The only primary I can think of statewide that had any form of attention was the superintendent Republican primary, when the incumbent put out an ad attacking Kimberly Yee with like Chinese music, calling her the Empress of DEI. It was like, have you guys seen that? Do you guys see that?
No, I've not seen that.
They had like, it was like, they had the most stereotypical like Chinese font. They were like, they had this like Chinese music in the background, and it was just like Kimberly Yee, the Empress of DEI.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh my God. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel. All great ways to support the content. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can send super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. And we got a few super chats. Let me just read through these real quick. If I can read it. Okay, there we go. K-Cup for 5. Bro, can oil/gas companies fuck off already? $85 a barrel shouldn't result in $4 gas by me. When it was 68 a barrel, they held that at $3.50 BS. Yeah, like, I get it. There's some supply issues. I get that. But it's clear some of these companies are just, they're using the war in Iran as an excuse for gas prices.
The Politico article's correct that Trump's going to abandon the war.
Well, that's the Atlantic that's reporting that.
Oh, it was the Atlantic, not Politico. Yeah. I hope that happens.
Hi, John.
John, you there?
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah,
yes,
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I thought you were taking a break.
Yeah, I was taking a break, and Christian comes back tomorrow. I did my interview today. And I think that I may be getting a promotion within the next day or two at work. It was an hour long. It was like an hour of my day, like along with my normal shift. So I was just like, yeah. So yeah, no, I'm sat down with a poor man's Korean barbecue dinner and some alcohol. How you guys doing?
Good. All right, more super chats. Yeah, let me just read through these real quick. American Nerd for 6. Forgot to ask y'all yesterday, what do y'all think of Graham endorsement Trump made, and who do y'all think Trump actually forgave Norman or no? Second part, Trump forgave.
Endorsement.
It was a dumb endorsement. Even then, I think she loses, which
Well, can I say one thing real quick about that endorsement?
Yeah,
We have zero record for this lady. This
that's my
idea, and again,
issue.
McMaster, when he appointed her, promised that she was just an interim appointment. She wasn't going to seek a full term. And we have absolutely no idea how she's going to vote. There will be no consequential votes from now until the primary. So they're expecting us to just trust her and
So
reelect her. And I don't like Trump basically coming out and saying, if you don't vote for her,
You're a
you're
rhino.
disgracing Graham's legacy. Because it's like,
Like,
okay, would Lindsey have Graham wanted her appointed? Probably,
oh,
but at the
absolutely.
same time, you shouldn't feel guilty for not voting for
My
someone who has not proven themselves at
my
all. We didn't know who she was
my
until a
my
week ago. Yeah,
my
go on.
biggest issue with this is if she proved herself and she's a team player and she's campaigning, fine. Don't do it before like she even announces. That's my issue with this. Like if she has a record and she established herself as a good
Yeah.
fundraiser or something, fine. That's a different story. This just is just okay. You like Graham, okay, fine. That does not mean he should automatically get the endorsement
all
like
right, so
this.
here's the thing. I mean, Matt, you already saw the post. I know
Yeah,
I
I
sent it
retweeted
to
it.
you, Luke. I don't know if you saw it, John.
Let me pull this up.
So
I saw you said
used
something. I didn't look at it.
she more or less used her brother's position as a senator to be appointed to the South Carolina Council for the Blind, which is a statewide welfare assistance program for blind people.
It's a scam.
She has a psychology degree. She's been helping out people state welfare her entire career. She was appointed to the board in 2019. She for 7 years until until she recently resigned from that post to succeed her brother. Promoted for those 7 years a culture of diversity and inclusion. Representative Jim Clyburn is all about her. CNN has spoken positively about her. The only thing she has made, the only thing she's done, sure, she's come out in favor of the Save America Act, but she doesn't
Okay,
have
whoop de
any
doo.
policy positions. She doesn't have anything. The only thing she has done is put out a link to her WinRed, her WinRed account, so people could donate to
Yeah,
her. There's
this is
no
my
record, but what little record we do have of her from Palmetto State Watch, um,
not too good.
it does seem like she's a full blown lib. So if you're a sandlapper, don't vote for her. Vote for Ralph Norman. I think this is going to be an Iowa situation where, look, if she has the Trump endorsement and she's fucking losing to Trey Gowdy and she's within 6 points of Norman,
She's done.
there she. I don't think she's going to win it. I think that it'll go to a Norman versus Nordone runoff. And by the way, her not having Graham on her name is going to hurt a lot.
Well,
They're gonna
she
go by her legal
suddenly
surname.
changed her name to that. So, but if this again, like if she would have proved herself and then announced, fine. That is just this whole thing. I don't get what Trump is doing here. I get it, you're friends with Graham, but there's a better way to do it. I think like her being in the Senate to honor his legacy, fine. That I don't have an issue with that. I'm not like Barris or Barnes saying, oh, this is like the fucking House of Lords. That's what they said. This is the House of Lords situation. But now it's like if the people of South Carolina vote for her, fine. But I just think this is stupid. But
I think, and just to be clear for anybody that has this very silly misunderstanding, nobody really is complaining about her filling in for the rest of Graham's term up
except
until
Rich
the
Barris.
election, except Rich Barris. He took some coke and he realized that he really badly needed
I
to be
would
against.
say that. Oh my gosh.
Rich Barris is a drug addict. Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
the long story short with Lindsey Graham's sister, don't vote for her. And I'm not really worried about her winning. South Carolina is such a crazily right wing state. It's a historically right wing state. It is a violently right wing state. I cannot imagine them electing this woman to be the senator. And it's such a shame. You see, that's why they've had to assault South Carolina for so long with these terrible politicians, with these like nobody's, no names, DEI hires like Tim Scott and like Trey Gowdy and his like little poodle headwear that he
All of
pretends is
these
his
literal
haircut.
closeted homosexual,
Closeted
homos
homosexuals, DEI hires, feminists, which is probably where Lindsey Graham's sister is sitting. It's just a bad cup, and it's all because they have to suppress the Aryan spirit lying
Oh
dormant
gosh.
within the
So
South Carolina
true.
So
voter.
here's my
I mean,
thing.
look,
Like,
here's the thing. DC politics has always held South Carolina in contempt. I mean, Strom Thurmond was a beast in his own right, but like even before the fucking Civil War, DC federal politics has always had a fucking special hate boner for South Carolina. So yeah, it doesn't really surprise me that they've been going after this great state with a lot of great sons, a lot of great English and Scottish sons,
you know,
fucking flooding it with all
it,
these fucking gay DEI hires and
you
shit
know
like
my
that.
argument for why I don't think
Proud South Carolina.
here's my main argument for why I don't think Graham wins. Here's the reality of it. Before last Sunday, did anyone know who the hell she was?
I know she
Nope.
existed.
Yeah, that's the first
Yeah.
thing. The election's in like 2 to 3 weeks. You got to get max name recognition and get your Trump endorsement in 2 to 3 weeks. There's not enough time for that.
There's
It,
also the
No.
other thing that's not we haven't mentioned yet. I mean, I've said this before with my tweets. She hasn't inherited the Lindsey Graham machine.
Yeah.
The Lindsey Graham machine, the Lindsey Graham constituency machine, like the reason Lindsey Graham was able to not campaign whatsoever and win re-election consistently with such high numbers is because he had such a kick-ass constituency where he literally
he
had people
worked down there.
handwriting. Yeah, he literally had people. He was an old school Southern politician for all his faults with how he actually reached out to people. Not a lot of people know this. Every birthday, every marriage, every death, like he literally wrote to like basically everybody in South
He was cooking.
Carolina.
That's why you can't beat him in a primary. Yes, he underperforms for an incumbent, but you can't beat the guy.
You can't beat
That's
the guy because the people that do vote for him, they fucking vote for him because he had fucking S tier constituency services. She doesn't have that. She hasn't inherited Lindsey Graham's machine.
all
You know who
she
does? You know who does already have a pre-existing statewide operation?
Ralph Norman.
Ralph Norman. Ralph Norman just ran for governor. Sure, he came in third, but he already has the pre-existing infrastructure. And now I guarantee you, all those people are going to come back and go, well, you know what? He's already leading. I mean, Trey Rowdy's not fucking running.
Yeah, I don't get why they're.
I don't know why that poll had Trey Rowdy.
Like,
I mean,
yeah,
maybe
it's like he would have announced already.
Maybe it's because Tim Scott said he would like to see Trey Rowdy, his gay little white homo closet boyfriend.
Okay,
as his
let's be-
concurrent
let's
By the
be-
way,
senator.
to be clear, nobody was saying that Lindsey Graham's sister is a DEI hire. That's obviously a nepo baby. Tim Scott is the DEI hire. Tim Scott, there's nothing magnificent or spectacular or remarkable about him in any way whatsoever, except for the fact that he has an R next to his name and he has darker skin than you. That's like
He's a black Republican. Don't forget that he spearheaded prison reform in the Platinum Plan with Kamala Harris in 2020.
Yeah,
how
people
the, like
forget.
it
Oh, that
how-
disaster.
how
You know, like
Yeah.
again, like that whole platinum stuff. Like, listen, I get the intention of it. There's some people they get fucked over. I get that, but the effects of that bill, it's still very early. It's only been what, like 8 years since it passed.
Yeah, 6 years.
We're gonna
This is
see the full
2020.
impact of it. Where you already are, kind of.
But yeah, no, Tim Scott, he's fucking terrible. He needs to retire. We need to replace him with someone else, maybe Russell Fry. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else who would be able to replace him.
Paul
But
Dance.
yeah, no, yeah, that's true.
Because
fucking-
unlike Mark Lynch, Paul Dance is not insane. So,
yeah. So my thing is like the reason they had that poll with Groudy is that fucking Trey Groudy, whatever the fuck you want to call him, gay Rowdy. That's what I'm gonna start calling him.
gosh,
Raunchy homo. Fucking Scott recommended him, so that's why he was in the poll. But I guarantee you, if you remove him, and I guarantee you, like, if you were to remove Trey Gowdy, that's his fucking. I'm just calling him Trayvon from now on.
Trey.
If you were
Oh
to
my
remove-
god.
If you were to remove Trey from the entire fucking poll, it would be hello yay. If you were to remove Trey Gowdy from that poll, it would be a much closer race between Norman and Graham, because all of those people who don't care about the Trump endorsement are going to
Okay.
go to Ralph Norman.
and forgive me for being mildly schizophrenic, but the thing I was thinking this whole time was that this endorsement is okay. There could be some like promises made to Trump, like I'll do everything you say. It also could be like I want other people to not run, because there are people we really didn't want to
Nancy
run
Mace.
for this
The
seat.
the main ones was Nancy Mace and Mark Lynch. So, but Mark
Well,
Lynch is
yeah.
running. So,
So
And then
we've crowded the field and kind of pushed a lot of these other names out of the running by doing that.
all right.
by the way, Nancy Mace endorsed Ralph Norman purely out of spite for Trump.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't think Trump I don't think Trump endorsed Lindsay's sister out of hatred for him. He has a working relationship with him and even said, "Hey, I'm endorsing Nikki Haley because she's my friend," but Trump has still spoken highly positively of Norman. I think as we get closer, Trump's probably going to do a co-endorsement of both Norman and Graham. Um, I don't think that this is because I have a hate boner for him because he endorsed against me in 24. I think this is literally just he thought that Lindsey Graham's sister was going to be the best candidate to keep Nikki Haley, to keep Nancy Mace, Mark Lynch, all of these people out of the race to try and just preserve where everybody is right now. But in that case, why didn't you just endorse Ralph Norman, who's already
Yeah, I don't know
retiring
what that was about.
from his House seat because he just failed to get the gubernatorial nomination?
Okay, let me read some super chats. We're way
Yeah, go ahead.
behind. American Note for 2. Let's go. Future Governor Andy Biggs. Real. American Note for 2. Are y'all saying Arizona's like California with counting? Not as bad, but they're pretty bad.
It's
Ameri-
no,
it's
no, I'm
bad.
not saying that at all.
American Note for 2. Thank you. Daniel for 5. Get ready for 2 painful weeks of slow counting. I'm gonna make some popcorn while everyone's getting ready. Lol. It's not gonna be that egregious. It's not. Now in 22 it was, but they've gotten better since then. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. I just honestly think the Graham name and legacy down with Lindsey Graham. It's hard to put a MAGA candidate to represent South Carolina. Yeah, I agree. Jesse the Minnesotan for 5. Minnesota primaries in 3 weeks. Can I hop on the stream then, or maybe the week before? This is ad based masters, by the way. Been a fan since about 2021 or 2021. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Minnesota primaries look like a shit show. If you live in Minnesota, do not vote for Lindell. I swear to God. I don't know what the fuck is Trump doing. I know why, because Trump's friends with Lindell, but do not vote for that guy, please. Zeppelin LZ9 for
He's
5.
registered to vote in Texas. He
Yeah.
shouldn't even be the nominee.
Zeppelin
Hello,
LZ.
yay.
Zeppelin LZ9 for 10. Hey, Rap, just voted for Biggs and AFI endorsed candidates and yay, or ye, I should say. I've seen the Charlie Kirk effect here. Very high turnout. I think it's being underestimated. I'm guessing. Yeah, I think that's why turnout's high. Because America First, or not AFI, but TPUSA is involved. I could see that. President Gilbert Giddy up for 10. I know Red Eagle has posted a documentary about the South Carolina GOP, who is still left that needs to go. I still know we have a big group of rhinos who we need to kick out in South Carolina. The last major one is Tim Scott. He's the last like really shitty one. There's a couple bad ones in the House, but
about the Arizona thing, and this is very important. There is a reason that Arizona was Trump's best swing state in 2024. And I think it's because TP Action, obviously it's their home state. They're more comfortable there. They have experience running campaigns there. They have experience doing get out the vote stuff. But I think Trump unironically just let Charlie Kirk run that. He let Charlie Kirk run his Arizona campaign. He was in charge of advertising.
I'm pretty sure. Was it Arizona where RFK endorsed Trump too?
I'm not
pretty
too sure
because it was Kirk that got RFK to endorse him. I know.
Yeah, but so basically, I give TP Action 90% of the responsibility of getting Trump to win Arizona by over 5 points. People forget about that.
This is Kirk's state. I know he's from Chicago originally, but
we are Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, like
we
this
carry the flame.
This is his home turf. This was his home turf. This is the turf that he's been building for years. So we're gonna see the impact of it tonight, I think, when we get results in.
I think when you marry and have children with Miss Arizona, like you don't have to like pretend to be like a carpetbagger or something. Like that's like marrying the patron saint or like the Greek god or goddess representing your state. Like I don't even know how to like.
Oh yeah, RFK did endorse him at TPUSA. That's why I thought, yeah, it was in Arizona. So yeah, as you can tell, TPUSA has a lot of influence, despite what some people think, and they've gotten more power since Kirk died. When you actually look at it, but we'll see the full impact of it tonight, I
You know
think.
what's crazy to think about?
What?
Kirk almost moved to Texas and settled in Texas because not a lot of people know this. He was accepted into Baylor. So there is a non-zero chance I would be shitting on Charlie Kirk right now because he would have been from Baylor and it's just the wrong fucking football team.
Oh, that would be, of course, Baylor.
Could you, could you
That would be
imagine?
weird. Like Arizona
Could
just,
you imagine
it
if
just
Charlie
fits
Kirk
him.
was a Baylor Bear?
Like Arizona just fits him, I think, for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Fucking
No,
Baylor
no
Bear
Baylor.
Charlie Kirk.
You know, since we're talking about Texas football,
By the way, just so we're clear, fuck Baylor. Also, fuck UT. Fuck you, UT. Go Aggies.
so like, yeah, how would you rank Texas football for the major teams? Like, who's one and who's the shit tier?
I give UT a lot of shit, but I do like UT. I plan to apply to UT and A&M at the same time. And if I don't get an A&M and I get into UT, I will happily be a Longhorn and start a lifelong blood feud with EA.
So like, Charlie Kirk was 6'4", 6'5". How much taller would he be if he had like stayed in Texas?
6'7".
Charlie Kirk would be 6'7".
He actually said he was 6'7" with the hair.
With the hair. Oh my gosh.
I am 6'7".
Shut up. Just stop.
So actually, this is kind of funny. Fucking the military, this is kind of a funny story. The military has had this chronic issue of like under measuring me. They are the only fucking people who have ever said I'm not 6'7" until like earlier this year, where I did a proper height weight because I wasn't in a training environment, and I actually did measure out the fucking 6'7". In the military, because fucking Pete Hegseth, they just entered it. Service members, listen up. This is something that's pertinent now. 100% force, fucking 100% of the force has to apply to this, or not apply to this. Fucking what's the word? Anyway, 100% of the force has to meet this standard. We are no longer height weight. We are height waist ratio. They will take your height. They will take your waist measurement, your actual waist measurement, not your hip or not your hip measurement, your waist measurement. They will divide that, and you have to be 0.55 or less in order to pass the new qualification. Taller guys like me, I weighed in 79 inches, 6'7", 42-inch waist. I've lost 2 inches off my waist in the past couple of months. Fucking perfectly fine. I know we got some soldiers and some sailors. I know we got a couple Marines. Go get your fucking height waist done. They're not fucking around right now.
Yeah,
fucking Hegseth is
I'm
being
actually
anal
curious
about this for some
what
reason.
like
What's up?
for those that get in the military that watch the channel, like, or was in the military, I wonder what percent are in each branch. I wonder. I've always been wondering about that. Like, what percent is the Army,
if you're in the
Marines?
Navy, if you're in the Navy, you're in the wrong fucking branch.
Oh, gosh. American Noted for 2. If Graham's sister's liberal, why did Trump back her? Because it's Lindsey Graham's sister. Enough said. American Noted for 2.
She did the God of War thing where like he gets on his knees and like, I'll give you everything.
Zeus, my life is yours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. By the way, God of War is an amazing game, but American Noted for 2. Trey Gowdy has been relevant since 2019. The only thing that's going for him is the Fox News boomers loving him.
We hate him. We like, and again, no tangent, no ramble. We hate Trey Gowdy because he turned against Trump. He legally, judicially turned against Trump, was our enemy, and we don't forget stuff like that, especially not from poofy little turds like him.
Let's see here. Air Force, Navy, nuclear squid here. Oh gosh, yeah. We actually have a good variety in chat. Nice. Got all the branches represented, I think. Nice.
I mean, we don't have every branch. We need someone in Space Force.
Oh shit! Well, the Space Force kind of weird how they do it, but
okay. Well, I mean, still, even without that, I will not say that we have 100% branch accountability until we have someone from the Coast Guard, and we got that fucking Louisiana dude. So yeah, I'll count that.
Yeah, that counts. Yeah, so we have actually pretty much everybody except the Space. Again, Space Force kind of weird how they do it, but it counts, I guess. Whatever.
Brother, I am waiting for Space Force National Guard to be established. My MOS will.
It's gonna be weird.
Be a 1-to-1 transfer. Well, no, because when Space Force National Guard is established, it's going to be dedicated to one and one thing only, which is going to be the Golden Dome system, because that's something Trump advance are still trying to do. Like that is something they're still trying to do. They are trying to create an intercontinental missile defense system like the Iron Dome over in Israel.
Army veteran. Yeah, okay, we have a good variety here.
I'm Jeffrey Largent 9584 for 5. I'm
He's
in
in
Space
Space
Force only
Force.
point. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, Guardian? Hit me up 17 Echo Electronic Warfare.
Yeah, if that's real, hey, well, we got everybody represented though. We got Coast Guard, we got the Army, Space Force, everybody's here. Yay. See, I knew it. We have everybody. Well, I'm not surprised by that. We have a lot of patriots. So, anyways, got a bunch of super chats to catch up to. President Gilmer getting up for 10. Even though I'm a hardcore Texan, I was born and raised in North Carolina. My bias is North Carolina is the better Carolina, especially the GOP there. I said it. Oh, I agree. The North Carolina GOP doesn't piss around, but politics nerd for 5. Hey, Rap, I'm not familiar with Lynch. What is it with that guy? Okay. Here's why you should not support Mark Lynch. There's 2 reasons why. 1, Rich Barris was shilling hard for him. That's the first reason.
So true.
But the second,
Thomas Massey type schizophrenic.
and that's
He's
a
not
second
someone
thing.
you want to fuck with.
He is.
I was about to make this bit. North Carolina GOP, they lost one election in 2008, and they decided they were never going to let democracy get in the way of their goals ever again. And honestly, God bless them.
Yeah. But yeah, so like when it comes to Mark Lynch, yes, it's the I kind of joke with the Bears thing, but not really. But the main thing is, yeah, he is the Thomas. He would be the Thomas Massey of the Senate, but even worse. Like, can you imagine saying that? He's worse than Thomas Massey.
He would be like worse than Rand Paul. Rand Paul got his shit together after Thomas Massey got
now
ass blasted.
Now he's a real paleo libertarian.
He's MAGA #1 right now.
He's a MAGA libertarian.
It's really strange because when he started his campaign and put out his original platform, it was like, I'm gonna do an immigration moratorium. I'm gonna do all of the populism stuff. I'm gonna, protect our security and our elections and blah blah blah. And then like it just kind of transformed, it like morphed into an online campaign like Fishback, like Casey in Ohio.
Yeah, the thing with the thing with Rand Paul is I think he was just in a bubble for so long, but then he realized, oh, wait a second here. This libtard, it's not even libertarianism, it's just fucking contrarianism. That's not really popular.
I'm a contrarian, which means I let other people determine what I think.
That is
but
the
in
most
the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Thank you, John Withrop. So long story short with Lynch, he's trying to follow impulses from people in the wrong sphere. He's not in real life politics. He's trying to read all these signals off of social media, and he stumbled around with it too much. Rand Paul, on the other hand, has gone into full job security mode. And we thank him for it, and we bless him for because I'll be honest with you, he was doing some massively retarded tweets, massively retarded interviews.
Oh, 100%.
He was like right there with Massey, and then Massey lost, and he's like, I still want to be a senator.
The reality
Have you
is,
considered that he read To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, shut up. I can't believe that's a real. For those that know, they know. Just, oh my God.
Nobody really wants to consider the fact that he read To Kill a Mockingbird, and that makes him more knowledgeable about foreign policy. He gets to dictate everything now.
But yeah, Rand Paul, I think the problem is with Rand Paul, he was in a bubble for so long, and then he woke up to what happened to Massey. It's like, oh shit. This is actually, this crap that we're getting, like for Barris and Barnes, the online types, that's not the real world. That's not reality. That's just horse shit. So we got out of it.
Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
I do have to ask a question. Is U.S. Iran the modern To Kill a Mockingbird? Is that what's happening right now?
I don't know. It was some dipshit comment he was making on the Senate floor.
No, I remember it. It's really
I gotta
dumb.
find it.
Number 1, they put it on like banned books list, even though we all read it in 9th grade. If
Guys,
you
it's
grew up
banned.
in a normal public school, you read it in 9th or 10th grade. Also, by the way, almost all of To Kill a Mockingbird is a fabricated inversion of the real life story it was inspired by. Go look that up.
Yeah, let's not start a.
Oh no!
The last time we did this, he had to cut out like 15 minutes of the stream.
I'm not rambling. I'm just saying.
Yeah, be careful. Tread lightly.
Go look up the actual origin story of To Kill a Mockingbird, and just kind of tilt your head at the differences between the real story and the
anyways. But yeah, so yeah, I always find it funny like those banned books, like not the real banned bookshelves, like the shit ones, like Resist Libs use. It's like, oh, go on. Sorry.
I will say, with regards to Kill a Mockingbird, the only thing I remember from that book is we got to the section where they said one of the two words you're not allowed to say according to President Trump. And whenever I remember I was giddy. I got to read those lines. And
Oh my
then my
gosh.
teacher in ninth grade looked at me and said, Tyrone, you're not allowed to say those words. And I looked visibly irritated. And she always gave me a weird look of a ninth grade teacher started treating me differently because I wanted to say the funny word.
Oh gosh.
And I was disappointed I didn't get to say the funny
No.
word.
Tyrone, this
Banned
is more
book, banned book schizophrenics when I recommend Camp of the Saints.
So
Oh
true.
yeah, an actual banned book, by the way, not the fake
book.
one. Yeah, it's like, and you look at these shitty like banned book ones. It's like Handmaid's Tale. How is that a banned book?
Oh my god, the hand job's tale. I can't show it to children. Oh my god, dude, you got to be kidding me.
Oh my god.
You've never
really
heard it
just
be
say-
called that?
I heard it before, but out of nowhere, it's called that.
Well, to be clear to everyone, that book, without talking about anything in the book, is
Shit.
women explaining the things they want men to do to them, but like in an incredibly hysterical, insane context. There's basically like remove all the politics and religion from that book, and just everything that's left. That's what women want you to do to them, but they won't say it out loud. Okay.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
Man-
Rap, real quick.
We're
You
alive.
realize, correct, that they will not report results for the next 35 minutes?
yeah, I know.
Okay. I was just
Did you
making
guys,
sure.
did you guys see that that Goy Axon's only up by 3 in Maine?
What?
Yeah, according to UNH.
Yeah, UNH. Goy, Goy Jackson up by 3 against Susan
Boy
Collins.
Craxton.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
So
I looked,
Schumer's
that was
refusing to
a-
endorse him.
by registered voters, that is a D+6 poll. By party registration, that is a D+11 poll. So take from that what you will.
Okay. Let's get back at some. Just let me read through these super chats, please. We have so many backed up. Object Class Cater for 2. Do you think we flipped the Arizona Senate seat at 28? I think there's a chance. Arcane's Dream for 2. Thought that Arizona AG raced me within 4. It's me within 4, I think. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. If Andy Biggs wins big and very big, it'll be good news for Masters. That's real. Daniel for 5. A bit off topic, but are you any of you sport buffs? If so, what do you think about the sports of strongman and world's strongest man? Never really heard of that, but yeah, I'm into sports.
I'm a fan of powerlifting.
Yeah, I'm a fan of sports ball. So
Yeah,
People
you're a fan of Crusader Kings.
People should continue
Gosh.
pursuing the pinnacles of human athleticism and displaying it for the rest of the world to see. That's an emblem.
No,
of
that's
who
the
we are.
Goys. The Goys do
That
that.
is, and people ask you, yeah, what is your culture, bro? America has no culture, bro. It's being
Yeah.
better than everyone else at everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Jesse the Minnesotan for 2. Don't break my Baylor heart, Tyrone. Oh, gosh. James Shepard for 5. Do you think the Democrats could become like the Federalists and fade in their relevance if they go down the radical cultural socialist route? I think they do, because like at some point
they are on that path right now.
like this freaking idiocy with some people like, oh guys, don't you know that everybody's becoming a socialist now? Do you know that? The polls say so. Everyone's a communist now. You know that 90% of young people are communists. No, but
The problem is that the block of people that are the most socialists are the people that are the least American. And that's going to be the problem for the Democrats going forward. And I actually, Tyler Bowyer echoed this theory I have been positing since the 2024
oh, say that
election.
again. What did you say?
I pronounce his name incorrectly.
No, like what were you saying about
Tyler
the?
Bauer.
What did you say? He said like I didn't hear you.
I say
that.
boye like as a fucking French word. Anyways, the theory which I have posited, which he is now positing, is the Democrats run out of normal people theory. The Democrats run out of normal people to platform and run for office theory.
They already are. They're like,
Yeah.
who do they get? Like the most normal ass candidate that they got for 28 is like Josh Shapiro or Wes Moore, and they're not going to run for reasons, especially Shapiro. I wonder why he's not going to run or win.
Oh,
Anyways.
Luke just left again.
Damn. Let's see. Jeffrey Largent for 5. I'm in the Space Force. Yep, you said that already. Jared American for 5. I might end up in the Navy as the Army hasn't given me an answer on my appeal. It's been harder to join because of Hegseth, which is good and bad. Yeah, I see both ends of the argument. Like, you want make sure you get the best people in the military, but yeah. A glitch Evie for 2. We're a patriotic community who serves our country. That is real. We are real patriots here. President Gilbert Giddy up for 10.
I guess you could say we're real American patriots.
Yeah. If I'm running
We're
my
all rapists.
shut up. President Gilbert Giddy up for 10. If I'm running my calculations to carry the 6 and then multiply it by 7, the state with the best state Space Force would be Wyoming. It's Texas. Come on, are we that surprised? Texas all the way. That's real.
Hey, yay.
Okay, Tyrone, let me read these, please.
They said 6-7.
Thank you. K-Cup for 2. Banned books. Fahrenheit 451 in a nutshell. Yeah. It's just cape shit. Daniel Krager for 10. I do not know if you follow Doug. I don't know who that is. He's creator Earthworm Jim, and I don't know what that is. He posted a video a while back talking about the behind the doors meltdown over the anti-weaponization fund. I don't know about that. I'll look into that. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. Which Southerner is going to drop the nuclear word tonight? We're not. No. American Nerd for 5. I thought the book To Kill a Mockingbird was just based on the author's childhood growing up in Alabama in the 30s and not an actual court case.
It is. It's heavily distorted. There was a real life event that happened in his life. I won't say any more than that, but go look into it. Go look into it and note the differences between the book and what actually happened.
Daniel, or rather, ready shit. I'm proud of you for 50. Thank you very much, good sir. Andy Biggs is a November disaster. He has no crossover appeal and is running as a Carrie Lake 2.0. He has no ability to appeal in moderates, will almost certainly swing to Hobbs. If you don't care, so be it. But me and others can't take 4 more years.
He's not Carrie Lake levels.
No.
He's okay.
He's more conservative.
I won't pretend that he's like the super electable guy. But in general, he is not Carrie Lake 2.0. He is he's more in the vein of, I'm trying to think of who to even describe.
It's hard to explain because Biggs has been in Arizona politics for a while.
He is very conservative. He is a Freedom Caucus type, but he is actually moderating his image currently. He is trying to get a little more crossover appeal. Carrie Lake went out and said, if you support John McCain, don't vote for me, which, didn't really work out.
How did that work?
Did that definitely helped,
Yeah. American Nerd for 3. Democrats right now, normal people ain't a theory. Yeah, I think it's just a fact. Look at New York, look at Colorado. Like, they have nobody. They fucking use everybody up. All the normal people are retiring or got forced out. So good luck.
As the National Party gets more left wing, as they elect more
nutcases,
as they elect more people who, talk about how America is like, a terrorist state and all this and that, the National Party is going to get toxic, and it's going to be harder and harder for the party to win outside of areas with high immigrant populations like New York City or some parts of California and stuff like that. The party is going to become unpalatable nationally.
I would argue they already are.
It depends. I mean,
I would argue they are.
Let's see how the midterms go. If the
100%. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Current polling. If you know that this is summer polling is always worse for Republicans. Republicans start picking up steam after Labor Day. They're only down by 3.5 in the aggregate. That is a redder environment than 2020, and that's assuming the polls aren't biased towards that are actually accurate and not biased towards Dems.
But no, Bear said it's blue
ours have a non-zero chance of winning the generic ballot. And I know that sounds insane to say for a midterm, but the National Party is so unpopular. They keep nominating people that are absolutely insane. You have Bill Mayer coming out and saying he might vote for J.D. Vance in 2028. And other people that are basically saying, these people are insane and I'm not going to vote for them.
I would argue, and the weird thing is, this is the first election where you could argue the Democrat Party in large parts, they have embraced Mamdani fully. Like the Mamdani winning the party. Like Mamdani and the nutcase they elected in New York and Colorado. This is the first time they elected these people for a midterm for a national electorate. That's why I think that this is not going to go as well as they think it's going to go.
Yeah, and
And
if you look at certain, forecasts for the House, if like they have some forecasts where if Democrats pick up every single toss-up seat, they have 220.
yeah, it's nothing.
220. And not only is that nothing, but this is also very important. There are so many people already in the House that are not going to vote for a Jeffrey speakership and are then going to be added on to
Brother
another
from
5 or
Brooklyn.
6 people. Yeah, there's going to be another 6 people that aren't going to vote for the honorable brother from Brooklyn. And that is going to, like, there's a very good chance that the Democrats get 220 seats in the House. What are they going to do? They're not going to be able to get a speakership. And
Please let
it
that
may
happen.
cause some Democrats to break from the party, go independent, caucus with Dems.
Tom Suozzi or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Tom
I think what's
Suozzi.
going to happen.
Yeah, Tom Suozzi is absolutely going to go independent if that's the case.
Yeah, here's my prediction. If they only get 220 in the House, because we know for a fact, it's already like, I'm pretty sure unironically, it's like 6 or 7 Democrats in the House already are saying they're not voting for Jeffries. I know they say this in the past, but here's the issue. You already have how many Democrats that won primaries this year saying the same thing and save Democrat seats? Like the nutcase in Colorado, these nutcases in New York City, they're all saying,
the Ethiopian, the Somalian.
They're all saying, we will not vote for Hakeem Jeffries, he's a Zionist, blah, blah, blah. So that's going to be an issue. So what I think's going to happen, if they don't get a speaker and they don't figure that out quick, I think there might be a weird coalition or the more moderate Democrats like Suozzi and honestly, who's outside of Suozzi?
I
Who's
just
left?
Noticed something.
What?
Well, that's
My good friend Ye. You know what I just noticed?
What?
Think about every radical progressive that primaried someone this year. What is the single common thread every single one of them has? They're not. They are all first or second generation third world migrants from Ethiopia or Somalia or
That's
some
good
Latin
points.
American shithole country or India or Rwanda.
Yeah, that's why I think that
makes you think, doesn't it?
But seriously, like,
makes you think.
I'm trying to think, like,
Really
outside of
gets the noggin jogging. Huh?
their own. I'm trying to think, like, outside of Suozzi, who's left for the moderate Dems? I guess you got
that is the only
Cuellar,
problem. Yeah, Cuellar, Vicente Gonzalez,
Perez.
Perez. No, Perez would never break.
Yeah,
The
it's true.
problem
Yeah,
is,
Perez. Yeah,
Perez
she might
would
lose a
never.
primary.
Yeah, she would
but-
never break from Democrats. She goes along with whatever the fuck they want. She's not actually a moderate. I mean, Suozzi isn't either, but he's at least like very vocally against this more radical wing of the party.
He breaks
I
his
could
party
definitely-
immigration, so
I could definitely see him caucus with Dems, or maybe I'm not going to say any Democrat would ever vote for a Johnson speakership, but I don't know actually.
They might do a
genuinely
coalition government thing, maybe. Some kind of coalition.
like what they have in Alaska.
All I'm saying is 2026 will be the time we can finally say to the Democrats, imagine if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, imagine if the roles were reversed.
But
You ever think
really,
about that?
you could just say like, and like
think
you
about that, Jody?
like really, if that mess happens, this could be the final chance for these like sane Democrats to like for them to make a decision. Like, hey, do you want to stick with that party which they're gonna force you out anyways, or you could join the other party and actually have a seat at the table if you're actually halfway sane. Like
that does come with the caveat that you do have to actually vote with Republican vote for Republican
you just
legislation.
gotta even be a moderate. Just be an actual moderate. That's all you gotta do.
Being an actual moderate is unfortunately hard for a Democrat because they are all traitors to the Republic.
All right. Anyways, got more super chats to read. K-Cup for 2. A Democrat at CNN said socialist bill America. Oh God, that's real. I'm sure the founding fathers were socialists. I'm sure of it.
I feel like everyone built America except for the people who actually founded the country and settled it. I swear to God, every immigrant group, black people did it.
The Americans built it.
Socialists did it. Everybody did it except for the white people that actually founded the nation.
The Martians did
Can you
it.
guys hear me? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
All right, let me just please let me read these.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We're so close to catching up. Hold a Bloodfest for 10. I like many here grew up during GWOT, the War on Terror.
GWOT.
Yeah, GWOT, good lord. And had family in the military. We were taking 15 casualties every week minimum. These panic kids who think Iran's winning have the memories of goldfish. Well, yeah, it just, guys, it sucks for losing people. But compared to the war on terror and the war in Iraq, we're losing like it sucks. We should have
I'm
nobody
going to say
dying,
something.
but
I'm going to say something that's going to come across as very insensitive and very dickish, but I'm in a position to say this, and it's very true because anybody else who is in service will also say this. A serviceman's life is inherently worth less than a civilian's life because we have volunteered. I say that myself in the army because we volunteered to put our life on the line for this shit. People who were complaining about this don't actually understand what the people in the military, everyone who's going over there fucking understood that. Yeah, I could probably fucking die. A lot of people who are complaining about I mean, John has been on about this before. They're repeating the same gay, lame, fucking Vietnam era fucking protestation shit. But a lot of people don't understand. Yes, no, like yes, it
like
sucks we're losing
go
people, but they signed up for this. If I were to die in the Middle East, I wouldn't be. Well, I mean, if I were to die in the Middle East, I'd be dead, so I wouldn't
we
brutally
would
bitch about it.
politicize it. We would brutally
Yeah,
politicize.
I would
Yeah.
want you to brutally politicize it and blame it on a specific group of people. You know who I'm talking about.
oh my gosh, like the
Just like that
Smiling
one
Friends.
episode of Smiling Friends.
Yeah,
Dancing
that's what I'm
class.
thinking. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm
it's more of a
thinking?
thought. It's more of a thought experiment. It's like whoever pops up in your head.
Yeah, I love that. It's like, I wonder who they're referring to there.
But yes,
Anyways.
it sucks service members are dying, but that is the sacrifice, that is the understood agreement every soldier, every airman, every marine, every sailor in the Middle East right now took.
Yeah,
And
and again, like it sucks people are dying, but like it's not like they got drafted and they were forced against their will to go. Like, no, they signed up. Again, it sucks people are dying. People shouldn't be dying
bro,
in
I
this.
signed up.
I
Yeah,
will
I'm
say
gonna-
this. I will say this. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, like, what is the difference between everybody ties this to Christianity, and I have a very extremely popular blogger and videographer friend who is a deeply devout Christian, makes Christian content, and when he first saw the casualties from Iran on his private account, he was like, "Oh, so much wasted life." And I asked him, what is the difference between you and the same exact person you are a century ago, 2 centuries ago, 3 centuries ago, for? Because in any other century of human history where there's Christians around, yes, obviously they don't advocate for wanton violence, bloodshed, and death, but you have to ask yourself, why is it so discomforting for you and not for them? And here's the reason, here's the diagnosis. We got to this era at the late 19th, early 20th century of human history where everybody got really, really good at killing each other and we killed way too many of each other. And everybody got really spooked by that.
I do
And then
this.
and in the post-war era, leftism capitalized on this fear and made it so that any and all violence and death caused by war was something that was, unchristian, hateful, terrible, even though like all Christian countries have been shaped by massive amounts of violence. Like
Spain and
I'm
Portugal literally would not be as they are without the violence of the Reconquista.
yeah,
Christianity,
Muslims had
literally in Germany, was fucking proselytized by Charlemagne conquering the Saxons and the Alamans and all these other fucking groups.
every single Christian in the Baltics and in Poland was made Christian by violence, and then every single Christian in Poland was made Catholic by violence. This is just something that's been happening. It has been happening, and it was happening all the way up until 30 years ago when the Brits and the Irish, Protestants and Catholics, were having a fun time together.
Oh,
Like,
that was going fine.
this has just been a matter of reality. It is reality. And what is telling you that like losing 1, 2, 3, 12, 13 people in a conflict between a country of 400 million people, because there's like 100 million illegals, and 95 million people, like what about those two countries having a conflict in like a dozen people dying, less than get shot in the streets of Chicago every week? Like, what
I
about
was gonna bring that
that?
up. It's like more people
Like,
die in Chicago each week.
it's totally disproportional. And some woman went on Fox News from New Mexico, some New Mexico congresswoman or whatever, or senator, and she was whining and complaining about it. And I'm thinking, like, how many of your own citizens get killed in the most horrifically cruel way by the cartel members that run your state? Like how many? And we honestly we don't even really know. And of course, south of the border, it multiplies. It multiplies. People just are dying all the time in North Mexico on the border.
Mysteriously vanishing.
It's insane because here's the thing, and this is kind of like.
By the way, one last thing.
Let
Tyrone
let him go.
Here's the thing. You can tell when a war is going well because every individual death hits the news. You are told about the life story of every individual person who was killed in this conflict. 17 Americans dying in 6 months. That's not good. We want less death. But when a war is going badly, you don't even hear about them. You don't even hear their names. Every week you just hear that 30 more died. So no, this war is not to nearly the same degree that every other war before this has been. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fine. Somebody else go.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, no, you're spot on there. The media is treated. I mean, like these people are blatant. The media, as per usual, enemy of the people. Look,
the retard rights.
We're talking about a nation of 30 million, of 300 million Americans. Realistically, only half of which are actual fucking Americans. I'd be willing to say, because most of them don't actually give a rat's fucking ass about the identity of the country.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just want to understand that we all make these choices. We make real pragmatic choices in real life about who we choose monopolizes violence. And when you choose not to monopolize violence, you're going to let someone else do it. And who are we letting try to do that now? Do you really want Iran to monopolize violence? Do you really want godless atheists in the South America to one day have nuclear proliferation knock on their door, give them funny dust, and then make missiles to shoot at you? Do you really think that they're going to treat you the same way that we treat people we're violent against? That's the whole thing. When you have a higher standard, whether it's war or even stuff like environmental crap or other political issues, when you're a better steward of the world and human beings than the rest of the world, you have to take ownership, or else you become a slave.
Okay.
That's what it. So yeah, look, ancient wisdom, by the way. Like this was taught in the Bible, and then it was taught by Aristotle, and then it was taught by everybody up until the 20th century. So please just shut up about, oh my gosh, 2 more people died. Like, please just shut up.
Yeah, and it sucks people are dying, but like Ye is saying, it's like, we know these people individually. It's not like Fallujah back in 2004 where it's like, oh, these people died and we kind of just glance past that. It's like, yes, it sucks people are dying, but it's not like every day there's 30 people dying and we don't give a shit about any of them. It's like each person that dies hits everybody.
Not every person who died in Vietnam even got recognized. Some days the death toll wasn't even posted because it was just the fucking same.
Yeah. And again, modern example, Fallujah. What happened in Iraq? And freaking all these people died, and it's like, we won't know for days, and it's a mess. But that's the reality of it. It sucks. But they're making it sound like hundreds of people are getting blown up at these bases. It's like somehow it's only 1 or 2 most of the time. And that's it if somebody dies. Most of the time it's like, oh, nothing happens.
A lot of it's friendly fire too. If we're going to go and talk about like the capabilities of the Iranian military, I'm pretty sure we've had more deaths by the hands of ourselves or our allies than by the Iranians.
All right, more super chats. I just want to catch up fully because we're still freaking way behind. So just let me read these, please. American Noted for 2. I'll take Andy Biggs over a Kerry Lake type. That's real. Zachary Gallagher for 2, 6'7". Gosh, K Cub for 2. Ye's favorite politician is named 6'7". 6'7". Yeah, Jay Holly stand for 5. Oh, Josh Holly. Hey, what's up, dude? We'll never give results because that'll be something. Nothing ever happens. Well, yeah, we expect the result to take an hour. We're getting close to that. We're just talking for now. K Cup for 5. Rap. I have a bunch of supers to read. Reads a few. Yay. Begins tangent where 6 or 7 more pop up. We are here. Rap. Wow, I have a bunch of supers. I'm proud of you.
Anyways, I'm going on my next tangent.
Shut up. I'm proud of you for 5. Racist. You say Biggs is moderated. He hasn't. He's writing the same BS social issues Kerry did and ignoring our economic hardships. Are you even paying attention to the campaign? So I don't live in Arizona. It's like he's literally saying he's like John McCain's best friend. So I don't know.
By the way, Andy Biggs and John McCain were very, very close.
Yeah. K-Cup for 2. GOP get 220 seats. I ain't moving from this chair. And I love that that's becoming a meme. I'm not moving from this chair. Oh my gosh. And by the way, we gotta get him on the stream. The polling part Napoleon
Napoleon.
Bonaparte.
I'm mutuals with him if you want me to text
No,
him.
I talk to him
We're all
daily.
mutuals with him.
Yeah, I talk to most
No.
days. He's a real one. I gotta get
He's a
him
real
on
one.
because like he has been pushing this for a while, and now it's just going mainstream. Now everyone's using the meme. I
Oh, the
love
polls
it.
have been good.
Yeah,
I ain't getting up. I ain't moving from this chair.
ain't moving. Zachary Gallagher
No,
for
sir.
10. 6-7 reasons not to vote for Democrats. There's more than 6-7.
Oh, by the way, Jeffrey Langert, 95 something or other, 9584, whatever the fuck. If you're still watching the stream, follow me at something Unatco, UNATCO. I'd love to talk to you. You'd actually be the second Guardian I talk to. I'm actually kind of interested in going Space Force active duty potentially at the end of my first contract.
Politics nerd for 2. I think Tiffany might now have the advantage in Wisconsin. He's favored, I think. President Gilbert getting up for 5. If Nancy Pelosi was still the House Speaker, she would have never allowed this to happen to the Democrat Party. Say what you will about her. The problem is she got old and freaking.
Yeah, she's too old, dude.
Yeah.
Too old.
And Hakeem Jeffries, that was just purely to appease the Black Caucus. I still don't get why they picked Hakeem Jeffries. You could have picked anybody else.
Because he's the honorable brother from Brooklyn. I don't think you understand.
Oh, gosh.
He is the honorable brother for Brookgren. Or fuck!
Oh, gosh. American Nerd for 5. How would a Republican/moderate Democrat coalition House even work? Would Mike Johnson still be the Speaker, and would we get any good legislation or uniparty
Johnson would
BS?
still be Speaker. If the Republicans are the majority party, there's absolutely zero way Mike Johnson gets.
How it would probably work is they would give Johnson the speakership, but they would have a big say, like the moderate Dems, over what actually goes to the House floor.
I don't know.
Yeah, they'd probably be a whip or something. I don't think it's ever happened, actually. It might have happened in 1800s, but that doesn't freaking count.
By the way, Rap, get me an invite. I have Napoleon. I'm like right now.
Was that,
like I'm talking to him.
He's joining the stream right now? I was not planning on that.
Napoleon.
No, just inviting him to the server.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. American Nerd for right already. Shit. Dark Helm for 5. The only reason people feel like Iran's winning is gas prices. If it wasn't for this, the war would probably be at 75% approval. I wouldn't say 75% because you already got half the country that hates Trump for everything. But yeah, if it was for gas prices, I think it wouldn't be too bad. Dougal for 5. Just think if we had no rules of engagement or Geneva Convention. Oh, God. Well, Iran doesn't give a shit about that, so.
No, they don't. This is a purely European invention.
No. Don't you know, guys? Iran is following.
Where's Geneva? Where's Geneva? Like, what continent is Geneva on, by the way? Like, where did that happen? Where?
It's Europe. It's
Switzerland. It wasn't in glorious sub-Saharan Africa. It wasn't in Saudi Arabia. What?
Yeah. And the crazy thing about the whole like Iran stuff, it's like all these LARPers that say Iran is like innocent and they're defending themselves. What does bombing random tankers from like Oman have to do with like defending their things?
The absolute worst part about this whole Iran war is that John McCain was proven right. Like John McCain was just straight up proven right about everything, and I hate to say that because John McCain was a massive fucking piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit, but it's like you look how Iran's responding. It's like they're bombing these tankers, and like we're not even talking about Western tankers. They're bombing freaking Oman tankers, Yemen tankers, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. Like they're bombing all these tankers, and even India, Pakistan. All of them are getting bombed because America's blockading them. That's a unique strategy. I'm sure that's gonna make everybody. I'm sure that's gonna make everyone on Iran's side. Even Oman is getting sick of their shit, and they're the Switzerland in the Middle East. And if they're getting pissed off, they're saying "fuck you," we're done with you.
Yeah, no, everybody's done. Everybody's done with them. And just like, long story short, everybody is recreating the world in the Middle East, the petrol oil industry. It's all being shifted around Iran. Like whether it's the stuff moving out, like the 2/3 capacity oil moving out of the strait, completely ignoring Iran, using the U.S. channel. And they're making Iraq.
Yeah, they signed a big deal today.
Are signed 48 deals.
48.
But the main one that we signed was, it's a pipeline deal. They're going to build a pipeline to like get like redirect like what was like almost like a third of the oil that was being dispensed through the strait instead through a different bank. So yeah, no, like
got the oil way more than Bush and Cheney ever did.
And people, okay, I'm sorry, but there's people like one of our other guests that sometimes shows up here on here, and also some other very young guys on the social media apps. Maybe some of you in the chat right now that are being like, "Oh my gosh, Bush vindicated, Dick Cheney vindicated. Oh my gosh, Iraq was so cool and it was based and it was
Oh
righteous."
fuck no. That was disaster and
Okay,
disgrace.
so the way Bush and Obama left Iraq was controlled by ISIS. Mosul was controlled by the Islamic terror state. And one of our close friends who lives in Mosul, North Mosul, um, told us that at the time his dad, everybody around him, all thought that the Islamic terror state was just going to control the entire Middle East at some point, that they were just going to expand and conquer everything and anything. Trump went in, completely snuffed them out of Iraq. They had to go flee to, little nameless and completely irrelevant African countries and, the far reaches of other terror groups sponsored by Iran. So yeah, no, it's not Bush that created the 48 deals we made with Iraq over the past couple of weeks. It is Trump term 1, eliminating ISIS, Trump term 2, decapitating, completely disarming, and making harmless the primary big bully that was forcing Iraq to not behave nicely.
Yeah,
and
that's a good point by
Iran.
somebody in chat. If I remember correctly, was it ISIS within a mile or two from taking Baghdad? Yeah, they were close. They almost did. And then we bombed them.
And then we bombed them. And then
Yeah,
we bombed them again and again and again.
But guys,
Bombed the shit out of them.
you know the dumbest thing? Like, I know it's not the exact same circumstances, but you know damn well if these people were like saying the same shit back then. They were saying, guys, ISIS is winning. They're winning the war, guys.
These people are the same idiots who would oppose us pulling out of South Vietnam, but also say that North Vietnam is winning and we should give up or something like that. These are the same people who 50 years ago would have been unironic North Vietnamese People's Republic
100%.
shills.
And listen,
These are people who in World War II would be completely fine with giving the Soviets as much aid as they needed to fight the war. These are people who in the 1950s would have protested Korea and the United Nations and NATO and would have supported the Chinese Communist Party's intervention. These are the same people who were just fundamentally anti-American.
Let me just get through this, guys, please. I'm still 30 behind. Oh my gosh. Where are we at? Good Lord. American Noted for 2. 1 death is a tragedy, 1 million is a statistic. Yeah. That's the way you put it. You have 1 person that dies and everybody cares about it. But it's like Chicago. Dozens die every weekend. And nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about all the black kids that get shot there. They don't care.
No one gives a shit because the city is run by Democrats and it's taboo to point out Democrats who are supposed to be the minority-friendly party are allowing minorities to die.
How many, unironically in the last couple of years, how many black kids got shot and killed in Chicago? I'm being serious. Last 10
imagine
years.
but between anti-police policy and abortion, how many black kids have Democrats murdered over the past 50 years?
We're not trying to sound like Scott Pressler here, by the way. We're just mentioning the inherent hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's like they don't guys, they only care about these people because they vote Democrat. It's like Hispanics. They used to be Latinx, they loved them, but now it's like, the Hispanics, we don't need them.
Oh yeah, no, and I don't know. I know Ye saw this. He liked my tweet about it. Now that Jasmine Crockett and Texas Black Republican party members are threatening to sit out the election, you have all of these white progressives saying blacks are ungrateful and they don't really appreciate what these motherfuckers go from free Palestine to put them back.
Can you get through the super chats?
Yeah, do the super chats.
American Nerd for 5.
Rye Guy for 5. I will say the troubles in Northern Ireland looks retarded, especially now with mass migration to Ireland, as an Irish American Catholic. Yeah. Object Clays Canada.
The thing is
okay, everyone just shut up. Seriously, just shut up, please. Object Clays Canada for 5. The death of one man is a tragedy. The death of millions is a statistic. We are so safe and privileged that we know every individual name if one dies. Yeah. A glitch Eevee for 5. You'll never catch up. Rap. The stream will never end. Yeah. K Cup for 5. Rap begins to read supers. One random super makes a good point. Panel ensues on 15-minute tangents. Will 6-7 more pile up? We are here. Zachary Gallagher for 10. Does Victor Marks have a chance in Colorado? No.
No.
President Gilbert Getty up for 5. Here's my hot take with the Vietnam War. If America was allowed to go into the North, we would have won the war. Oh, yeah. If we actually went fully into Vietnam, we would have won. But we never had the political capital to do it. So, McCain for 5. Stanton is likely going to sweep Arizona 4. Right now, ASU isn't in session, so the progressive base are all at home and not in the district. Yeah, that's a good point, but I will still laugh if Stanton loses somehow by some miracle. And by the way, Arizona results in like 2 minutes. K-Cup for 2. There's no Geneva Convention. Revolver oscillates. Oh, gosh.
There is no Geneva Convention.
Careful God for 5. The more I'm on social media, the more I become convinced that the left needs to be crushed. I don't know if it just amplifies more radical voices, but it's bad. Well, part of it is they amplify it, but it's getting bad. Vincent for 5. The amount of Hoi 4 videos on Syria in 2016 was insane. Yeah. Remember, Syria and Iraq were a mess. Yeah. From especially 2016. People forget how bad, even 2015 to 2016, how many people died in Syria and Iraq? Like, seriously. It was nuts. Every day, another church gets bombed. Another mosque, like, they get blown up every day. K-Cup for 5. K-Cup for 5. Rap plays an unfinished supers. Rap reads 1 and begins a new tangent himself. Well, 6 to 7 more pile up. We are here. Rap, guys, I gotta finish. I did 1 tangent. It's fine. G-Storm for 2. Don't call us that. We hate the term Latinx. But no, Democrats insisted they loved it. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. YouTube, don't worry. Tyrone is black. Don't deny a black queen her right to speak. He and his people have been oppressed throughout history.
Yeah.
Tyrone, why did you?
Yeah.
God forbid a man use the Spanish word for black on a live stream. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
I'm from Texas. Don't you know that
maybe Tyrone had like a box of crayons in front of him and they had like the Spanish names for like the black crayons.
Okay, there's just he didn't say the full thing.
Look, man. I'm Uncle Ruckus.
Just stop, Tyrone.
Yeah, let's just stop and let's
just move on.
Is there really no like data out from Arizona? Really?
They're about to drop.
We get results in like 30 seconds.
Come on, please give us a good drop. Don't do this shit off 1%.
Give us a good drop. Please deflect the conversation with the drop.
Yeah. Obama drone striked American citizens with no due process in nations we were not at war with.
Okay, well, to be fair, he drone striked a second-generation Yemeni American whose parents were already known Islamic fucking fatwa. And yeah, he drone striked like a Yemeni American dude who moved to Yemen because he was already radicalized by his father, who himself.
I see that argument.
I'm sorry, I agree with Tyrone completely.
Yeah.
This guy was not actually an American. He was a paper American. He was a citizen on paper.
Administrative American.
Yeah, he was an administrative American. He was not an American. He was the son of a terrorist, and he was a terrorist himself.
We love Obama, by the way.
I was going to say, I have a lot of criticism of Obama. That is not one of them.
Obama is my favorite word I just said like a minute ago.
Shut up. Paul for 2. I'm a volunteer for Keene. Do you think he will win? Tom Keene, New Jersey. New Jersey's going to be a weird state this year. It's either going to stay very good like it was in 24, or it's going to be a mess, a disaster. But
there are some glitches in their voting system. So
well,
careful.
yeah, I made a short on that, but for those that don't know, they missed after they were denying what Trump was saying last week. They now admit, oh yeah, we found 6,000 people that are not citizens,
400 of which voted.
Yeah,
which by the way, 400 is still enough to like flip entire voter precincts.
Remember, how many
elections?
How much did Bush win the 2000 election by in Florida?
912, if I remember correctly.
It was like, yeah. And again, I would still argue that these idiots that still say Gore won, guys, we've gone over this a million times.
Maricopa first drop, big 69, Schweikert 17.
He's at 60, you motherfucker. Yeah. This race is over. Are you serious? 69.6.
He's at almost 70% in
it's
Maricopa.
over.
Like
Oh
I
my
said, it's blood red tonight.
guys.
Secretary of State, Collin 59, Swoboda 41. I don't even know what party that is. I assume Democrats. Those both sound like Star Wars names.
Let's see here.
They've already called it for Biggs, by the way.
Wow, what a
Jim Desk has
shocking!
already called it.
With this boo. Mark Lamb is winning. That's really good. Again, we support
Kimberly
Mark Lamb
Yee
here.
is up by 11 in Maricopa, defeating Horn.
Now, okay, I'm pretty sure. Is this the first year there's lieutenant governors in Arizona? I'm pretty sure they changed a law on that.
They did. Yeah, they made a referendum on it. I didn't know if this was the first year or
Proposition
not.
131 in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they pick after.
Oh, they actually are Republicans. Alexander Culloden and something Swoboda. I don't know which one's better, but one of them was up 59-41.
Okay, this is not like, okay, so we got results out of Arizona first, and it looks like, oh my god, they're gonna pick the progressive nutcase.
In the first district?
Yep.
Good news for Republicans.
Amish Shah.
Bad news
Culloden
for
is
Trump.
a base patriot for the
Hello,
record.
Mark.
Oh, Mark, hey!
Culloden is good? Okay, good.
Hello,
Okay,
Mark.
wait, which race are you talking about?
That was
Secretary of
the
State.
Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Who
and by the way,
controls the
Maricopa County basically decides Arizona elections. I know
For those-
Pima's, yeah, but
For those who don't know, the voice who just joined is Mark, the man behind America First Insights, the official sponsor of the channel. Thank you very much, Mark, for everything.
yeah, what a
patriot.
We have
patriot.
Pinal
Thank you, Mark.
County. Culloden winning by 10. Yee up by 1. Biggs
Biggs-
up 77-11. Holy fuck.
Yeah, because remember, Maricopa County, that's Schweikert's technically his district's in that county.
Part of his district, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Kimberly Yee will win unless Horn just runs it up in every other county because he's losing Maricopa by 11 and losing Pinal by 1.
Yeah, Maricopa County, especially in Republican primaries, if you win by this much, you're fucking winning. Like, I'm sorry to break it to people, but that's Arizona for you. And by the way, Greg Stanton, he's gonna win his primary, but he's not getting 70% of the vote. He's getting 68%.
Stancil.
Like, he's a former mayor of Phoenix, by the way. He's not even really a moderate, is he?
No, he's not. It's also like a Harris plus 6 district, so maybe not this election, but at some point, I think Arizona Democrats are going to now need a nutcase in that district and flip it and get it.
Yeah,
flipped to
that's how we describe these people. These people are just nuts. There's another way to put it. Like, this is beyond just DSA. These people are just actually insane.
We also have Shaw winning on the Democratic side for AZ1.
Yeah,
that's good for us.
That's really good. Why the fuck would you pick that guy?
Feely is also winning. He's certainly a candidate.
Yeah, he's a candidate, all right. Mark Lamb, it looks like he's won his primary because the rest of the district's Pinal. So
I see.
yeah, Mark Lamb's gonna win because for those that don't know, Mark Lamb is a former sheriff of Pinal County. That's his home turf. He's winning the Maricopa County portion by 12 points. This race is over. Yeah, so Mark Lamb's the nominee. I like Mark Lamb. I know there's a couple scandals allegedly, but they're nothing burgers.
Is that how you say it? Do you say it Pinal or Penal?
Pinal.
I say Pinal.
No, I actually work with people from Pinal County every day, and I just have never. I realize I've been saying it wrong every time.
Yeah, it's Pinal. All right, more super chats to read here. Random Polish guy for
rap.
tooth. What?
Dude.
Rep really okay. I'm sorry to cut you off. Really quick. Just DM me another invite so I can invite Napoleon. He don't.
Could we just do it after the stream?
I guess.
Random Polish guy for 2. Thought I was just late. Turns out Arizona's slow as oh gosh. Not read the rest of that, but thanks for super chat. President Gilbert getting up for 10. I'm gonna play victim. I'm Hispanic. I don't support the Latino X label. We aren't the same. As I say, all white or Asians or blacks are all the same. Crying face. Mr. M for 5. Could you put the other guys' channels in the description? They have channels. I mean, John technically has a channel, but Is
I
it?
don't upload on my channel. Just go to my Twitter at Real
Yeah.
John Rose.
Yeah,
Every
I'll
once in a
add their
while,
Twitter
I
stuff.
will do. I just put my @ inside of the thing. I do weekend streams sometimes. I am in a very turbulent moment in my life. I am about to get a promotion at work. I am moving residences. I am like in the middle of studying for an incredibly important exam. So like probably after November, you will see me do more
Okay,
stuff.
Biggs is getting 77% in Yavape. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's because
Yavapai?
Andy Biggs is a
Yavapai,
patriot.
excuse me. Yavapai is a very Republican area, obviously.
Prescott.
Yeah, that's Prescott's the city I was thinking about. But yeah, this is just he's gonna get fucking over 75%. What's gonna happen when Mojave comes in? God.
I have okay. Is her name is slipping me? Is Hobbs unopposed?
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Republicans, I mean, like they're like they are looking pretty good for their picking. So where are we at? Mr. Sandy for 5. Raps and Tyrone like my mom said my name when she found my search history.
True.
American Nerd for 2. Who's running a big seat? Mark Lamb. It was a Patriot. We support Mark Lamb here. And by the way, I was vindicated on Mark Lamb in 24. I'm gonna keep mentioning that.
Mark Lamb will be an excellent candidate to run for Senate in 20.
I told everybody, I warned people and like, no, we have to vote Carrie Lake. Mark Lamb would have won in 24. I know he's a couple scandals, but Carrie Lake is you talk about unelectable. She's unelectable statewide.
Those scandals would
So-
not have hit
Also,
in
like-
2024.
and-
He would have
and
won
again,
by like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
We're gonna have really dumb arguments in 28 about like people like, oh, these people are like Donald Trump. I don't want to vote for them. There is only one Donald Trump, and Carrie Lake is proof that there is only one Donald
Yeah.
Trump. You cannot just make your identity like I'm gonna be Donald Trump, but like with like that weird kind of lesbian haircut, even though I'm married to a dude.
It's like what Wesley Snipes says in Deadpool. There's only one blade, and there's never going to only be one blade.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say the other line from that movie.
And like 90%
Which
of the
one?
criticism, 90% of the criticism against the guy that we back for the primary and that gets to the general election. We all know who it is, but just saying it vaguely so that it just applies to everyone. Everybody's gonna be like, well, he's not enough like Trump. He's not enough like
There's
Trump.
only ever going to be one
He's not.
Trump.
There's one Trump. There's exactly
Like-
one Trump, and he's not running.
Has there ever been any Republican to emulate Trump that much and win? I'm not just talking about copying some policies. I'm talking about trying to emulate the way he talks, his style. There's not a single Republican I could think of.
You
What about-
cannot,
what
you
about
cannot
the,
copy Trump's personality.
You just can't, yeah.
Trump is
Wait,
the only person who can get away with acting the way he does.
Because he's a professional shit poster. That's his
What
thing.
about the future governor of Minnesota, Mike Lindell?
Oh,
See Trump
God.
is not
Fucking,
enough
I
like Trump.
swear to God, I did the same fucking idiots that say, no, we need Carrie Lake, we need Mike Lindell. Just run what's her name? What's her name in Minnesota? Oh my gosh, the
I
freaking
don't know.
the state
Run
legislator.
Literally anyone else.
And take us, Rich Bears and Robert Barnes pumping him. We need him.
I
Wait,
just want to
they're
say, like,
pumping
I'm
him?
not, I'm
Not like
being
that.
for anyone that is like mildly autistic in the audience, I'm not being serious about the Mike Lindell thing, but like I would be like laughing every single day of my life if he wanted anything at all.
If he won the governorship of Minnesota off the fact of the memes, I will laugh hysterically. But like, I don't even want to know how a Mike Lindell governorship would even work or function. I would be scared.
Everybody except for the Somalians gets free pillows.
Yay!
So true. By the way, Rap, the quote I was referring to is some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill, which is
That's
one
another
of the
good one.
hardest- That's one of the hardest fucking lines in the
I
movie.
still
It's
like-
Biggs
some-
at 70% in Coco Nino. That's not how you pronounce it,
Jesus.
but it's funny to say that. He's also winning 71% in Pima and 70 in Cochise.
And by the way, like the Maricopa County number alone proves that Biggs is doing very good with more moderate Republican. He's not really having that problem. Looks
yeah,
like.
okay. I will admit it's his worst district, or it's his worst county so far.
But yeah, but it's, you can
but
argue
he's
because
still
that's
at almost
Schweikert's home.
70%, and Schweikert's also from that.
Yeah,
district,
Schweikert's
or
from
that
Maricopa.
county.
It's like you could argue that's the only reason. Every other county, and what is he at Pima right now?
He's at 71 in Pima and 70.5
That's just
in
fine.
Coco Nino.
Pima's more moderate because of Tucson. So random Polish guy for 5. Haven't been paying attention. This good for Arizona in November. My hot take is Arizona 1 and 6 tilt are. Biggs is definitely being underrated. I think he is too. Matthew for 5. Glad to see a strong showing for Biggs and Gain. We do not need and cannot afford a divided primary. Got the GOP in Arizona. Yeah, it's clear he fucking won everybody. If he was having a John McCain problem, like he's not having that. And Tyrone, what the fuck did you post in chat? I just saw this.
Oh shit! I thought I posted that in a DM. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I know
no,
primaries in general aren't the same thing, but really positive news for Biggs doing this well.
Yeah, because
really positive news.
It demonstrates, and remember, even 24 when Mark Lamb, he spent no money, he still got like 35% or whatever, 40%. David Schweikert's a sitting congressman. He got not even 17%. But go on, sorry for interrupting you. Yeah,
no. That's just literally all we were going to say. It was just that I think that the Republican Party, the GOP, being united behind Biggs, but like before the general election, bodes better than prior elections in Arizona. I think, and unless funny business is amok immensely in Maricopa County,
well,
like Biggs just walks away with this, man. Like, and that is my personal opinion.
I gotta pull this up because now the DOJ apparently they're targeting Maricopa County for November.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
800 million ICE agents in Inner Phoenix.
Let's see.
By the way, I will say this. Part of the reason that there has been so much law enforcement in Arizona compared to other states is because Katie Hobbs has been refusing to allow the Arizona National Guard to cooperate with federal law enforcement. The moment, and I mean literally the moment Andy Biggs is elected governor of Arizona, you are going to see one of the largest state National Guard apparatuses in the country, both air and army, now on mission support for ICE. The Tucson and Phoenix sectors have been two of the most productive ICE areas of responsibility in the nation because they have so many Border Patrol and ICE agents there to compensate for the fact that the military apparatuses there and other law enforcement groups are not cooperating.
I mean, you have
the 287 golf program, which is really good for having local law enforcement cooperate. I know a lot of sheriff's counties are cooperating, but the moment that you can get several thousand National Guardsmen in with mission support, that is like just straight up GG.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you, but I went back to 24. Kerry Lake got 55% of the vote in the primary. That is pathetic. Mark Lamb got 39%. That is sad. Mark Lamb spent nothing.
Long story short, for today's elections, going into the general, I'm not worried about Andy Biggs. But there are people, especially Senate races, that if you guys have money or time to donate to, you really should. TP USA, TP Action, really pushing heavy for you guys to donate and contribute to the New Hampshire Senate campaign. I saw these guys are talking a lot about their momentum in New Hampshire. And obviously, personally, I want you to donate and support Mike Collins' campaign. He's like one of the hardest Senate races for us to flip this year, but good golly gosh, he is such a patriot. He is such an amazing person. I love Mike Collins. I genuinely, in a parasocial way, love Mike Collins. Really wish he would become senator from Georgia.
I love you, John.
Love you too. And obviously the Michigan Senate race too, right? Like, so there are races you guys need to get involved in. Andy Biggs, if you're an Arizona resident, absolutely, I'm not worried about him. He's going to be governor. I feel like he's going to be governor.
Yeah, I just realized
big reason that we absolutely need.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was going to say another reason we absolutely need Mike Collins to win in Georgia. I've been saying this as far back as 22. I mentioned it last week on stream. I've been saying for the absolute longest time since 2020, since 2021, 2022, at least on stream. John Ossoff is the dark horse candidate for the 2020 nominee for the Democrat Party.
Even the betting odds are picking up on that now.
Yeah. John, I've been saying this for the longest time. I just want to recognize that. Yay, I've been saying that for a
Yeah,
very
you've been
long
saying.
time. John,
I remember
I've
back
been
in
saying that
22
for
and
a very long
23.
time. It's imperative. Patriot Mike Collins defeats John Ossoff. That man is legitimately like one of the only two Democrats who could actually pose a threat to Vance in a general election, I believe.
Real.
But he's not going to get the nomination, in my
For
opinion,
obvious
because the party has,
reasons.
he's Jewish. The DSA and all the fucking Palestine nut jobs are not going to allow it to happen. But if it were to happen, it would be a seriously big problem. That's why Mike Collins needs to win. That's why Patriots need to help donate to Mike Collins. Absolutely the most important Senate race, I'd say.
Yeah, because
we need to crush him. We need to make sure only a loony far left nut job like Kamala Harris or AOC is going to be the nominee.
If he does not win that race, despite spending that much money, yeah, it's gonna be a fucking mess. If they don't win that race, they're fucked. But guys, he spent all the money on Epstein, just like in Ohio.
It's just like such a classic good versus evil thing. Like this guy who could become president and could destroy our country is sitting there as the opposition, and then the guy on our side, coke sipping, peanut eating, like 6'9", 10, maybe like 8 feet tall, patriot Mike Collins. He gets taller every
8
single
feet
time
tall.
I meet him. He gets taller every single time I meet him. No, I legit cannot underscore, like I cannot overstate how much I appreciate him both as a politician, as a human being. Please elect Mike Collins, and then work on our Michigan and New Hampshire races. Please contribute wherever you can. Yeah, no, but please defeat John Ossoff. Please defeat John Ossoff.
John Ossoff represents a serious threat to Vance's chances for winning in 28. And JD Vance winning in 28 is the only fucking way we are going to ensure we can continue to deport 100 million people.
And by the way, guys, I'm looking at something, and sorry for interrupting you, but it's looking like we're getting presidential level turnout in Arizona, just below, for a midterm.
Piece of shit cutting me off. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, but we're at 322,000. What?
It's over. You cut him off, bro.
Damn.
Over.
We're currently at 322,000 votes for the governorship. We're at 50%, so do the math there. We're gonna end up roughly, it's Arizona, so who fucking knows? But roughly 650,000 votes, give or take a few thousand. In 2020,
70,000.
In 2024, for the Arizona Senate race, there were 740,000 votes. So yes, there's less votes now, but for a midterm election, that's pretty high turnout.
And one that isn't particularly competitive. I mean, Biggs was obviously going to win. The question was just what percent.
But again, we've been talking about this. Is this a turning point effect? That's kind of the theory.
And this is kind of important for Biggs. And I wonder if Biggs leaving Congress is going to have a larger effect on the House Freedom Caucus, because he was one of the only members of the House Freedom Caucus that I actually thought was reasonable and did not just oppose Trump and did not make abolishing every fucking social program ever as his only policy, and the national debt and the debt, the fucking national debt. He actually has hardline social values and doesn't prioritize shit like that. And I wonder if him being gone is going to make the House Freedom Caucus become even more gay and annoying.
The Freedom Caucus, they're losing people like Biggs.
Irrelevant because he's what, its senior most fucking.
He's the most important one. He's their highest. Well, outside of Jim Jordan, they have nobody outside of that. And you're losing Andy Biggs, you're losing Mike Collins, no matter what. Now you're left with who?
I mean, they're losing a lot of people. They're losing this cycle Barry Moore, Andy Biggs,
Tiffany,
Byron Donalds won't be there. Ralph Norman's out, Chip Roy's out, Tom Tiffany's out.
These are the sane ones. These are the ones that don't actually cause problems.
These are the people leaving: Andy Biggs, Byron Donalds, Ralph Norman, Chip Roy, Tom Tiffany. All of them are gone.
You're left.
I mean, I think they'll get new people, but I think a big thing with the House Freedom Caucus is over time they're not being as insane. I mean, they still have a couple insane members, but they also have a bunch of like freshmen who
Oh
don't
yeah,
really cause
there's
that
really good
many
ones.
issues.
I think what's gonna
Here are the
happen.
current members of the Freedom Caucus. We have
Yeah.
Nick Begich, Eli Crane, Paul Gosar, Lauren Boebert, wait, are these members? What?
Wait,
Yes.
Randy Fine?
Randy
Randy
Fine's been
Fine.
in it, and he's endorsed
Yeah.
by the Freedom
Andrew
Caucus
Clyde,
Fund.
Russ Fulcher, Mary Miller, Marlon Stutzman, Clay Higgins, Andy Harris, Eric Burleson, Mark Harris, Jim Jordan, Josh Breachin, Scott Perry, Sherry Biggs, Diana Harshberger, Scott Desjarlais, maybe?
Close
A-
enough. Don't know how it's said.
Andy Ogles, Keith Self, Brandon Gill, Michael Cloud, Ben Klein,
Like,
Morgan
there's
Griffith.
still
Everyone
some-
else is leaving.
There's
I
still
did
some
also
good
wanna
ones.
mention. I did want to mention, like one of the guys you mentioned, Paul Gosar, who is the guy who talked about Attack on Titan in like the Congress halls. No, he has the most Freedom Caucus way of supporting the president ever that I've heard. I'm gonna put it in chat. It's like a quote that Aaron Rupar caught back in April. We've got a president who reminds me of Atlas from Atlas Shrugged. He carries this country on his back.
He carries the flame.
Oh my gosh.
You ever seen a cover, guys? You seen a cover of Atlas Shrugged? Even if you haven't
Yeah.
read the book, it's like the guy that's carrying the world on his shoulders. He's like, yeah, that's Trump. That's Donald Trump in my heart.
when Paul Gosar retires, it's gonna be a sad day because he is an amazing guy.
So,
But it's just
so fun, so funny, so charming. Love that guy.
he's good. Like, but you look at the Freedom Caucus, like, yes, you get the most memeable person is Randy Fine, obviously, but like, honestly, the Freedom Caucus, I think, is either just gonna just die out or actually fix itself.
Can we briefly
well,
talk
because you
about
have
how
to
weird?
remind
No, no,
yourself
no,
that a
sorry,
bunch of the people from the reason the Freedom Caucus has such a bad name is that so many of the insane people were part of it. And
Yeah.
I mean, you have like MTG, Ken Buck
Massey.
was terrible. I mean, even Davidson isn't like the greatest sometimes.
Was
Cawthorn,
Massey Freedom Caucus?
Massey was never part of it, but he's always
He's
like
freaking
seen with them.
affiliated with them. Just cut the shit.
No, he's definitely
So
associated.
I just think the Freedom Caucus is finding itself that like, hey guys, we can't be, burn everything down 24/7. We actually need people who are like competent enough to like do some governing and hopefully push
Mark,
things.
No,
Mark,
no, like
what do
Jay-
you mean we should just like cut the government in half is not an apt policy
That's
position.
not a viable
Shockingly,
position.
that's a terrible position when you are the government. Who would have
Yeah,
guessed?
no. So the main thing, JD Vance said it really well. I think last year, like in fall of last year, he was asked about Thomas Massey at the time, like right after his initial turnout, and JD Vance said about Thomas Massey, and this applies to everybody in the Freedom Caucus. Politics is a team game. You have to be a team player. If you want to be a successful caucus, you have to play on the team. And that was the way the Justice Caucus was working for the Democrats up until now. They're doing this like Soviet coup of the Democrat
That's the way
Party.
to put
But
it.
up until this past election, that was the way the Justice Caucus was successful in the Democrat Party. Is they did not question. They all saluted, fell into marching orders. Like and I keep bringing this up because this is such a beautiful illustration of like the Democrat Party. Remember like that moment where we didn't know who the Democrat nominee was going to be right after Joe Biden dropped out. It was like a 3-day period. It was a weekend. And on Saturday, AOC was talking to her Instagram crowd and she was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Just know there's nobody set in stone about who's going to
Yeah.
be the party leader. We're all having some tea about that." Huh. And then like the very next day she's like, "All hail Supreme Leader Kamala Harris. All hail Supreme Leader." Like that's how it works. And the thing is, you can mock it, you can make fun of it, you can be like, "Oh, all these people, they're sheeple NPCs." No, no, no. That is a functional party. Up until that point, that was a party functioning as we all work together, we're team players. I'm getting behind the captain. The captain's going to steer the ship. The only problem is they chose someone that was drunk behind the wheel and really
Literally.
incompetent drunk. They put an incompetent drunk behind the wheel as their navigator. But like I said, if you do the exact same thing in a party with competent people, meritocratically placed people at the helm, then you have a better chance of actually sailing the ship to victory. So yeah, I don't know, like
drunk. His name is Ye.
Andy Biggs at 77% in Mojave.
God. Like the whole thing, like this whole primary is just wow. If you're Andy Biggs, guys, like, hey, MTG, if you were a team player and had half a brain, this could have been you, you freaking moron. Can you imagine for a second that MTG had a brain? It didn't tune out.
Napoleon messaged me something on Discord, and I'm very, very happy. And well, I mean, I'm happy with the sentiment. Like, as in, I'm happy. I agree with the sentiment. I'm happy this happened. He said, "quote Oh Lord, thank you, Carrie Lake, for not running and spoiling this night."
Yeah.
I caught so much fucking shit for not supporting Carrie Lake in 22 and 24.
Same, like
I said consistently, Carrie Lake was a terrible fucking candidate. She's crazy. She cannot be trusted with a lot of things. And I have been proven completely right since my first opposition to her. Obviously,
you know
I
it's
said
bad
go vote
when
for her in
Trump,
Arizona.
you know it's bad when even Trump got sick of her. Like, the funniest image is still at the RNC where they're telling her to get off the stage. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Please exit the stage. Like,
Yeah.
it's like -5 minutes. Please get off.
Yeah,
Leave.
please
Go
get
the fuck
off.
away.
Go away.
Get the
Exit
fuck out of
stage.
here. Get the fuck out of here.
That was like the funniest moment because, well, she literally kept talking. She would not stop, and it's like, we got other people like the vice president and a few others. They gotta speak. Well, the nominee, vice presidential nominee, but I don't know.
I love you.
Carrie Lake is speaking. Listen and learn.
Yeah. I
No.
mean, listen, I mean, yeah.
I love
To be
women with big breasts.
so true, so true. But yeah, no, the whole thing that we're just bringing up is we're really glad we have viable candidates, good candidates in Arizona. We're really glad about, and this is something we haven't talked about as much. Really glad that TPUSA is showing resilience in the next in this year. It is showing, even in spite of Charlie Kirk's passing, it is a very serious, legitimate, and growing organization. It is you the viewers opposition in
People
grassroots action to the actual machine in DC that wasted
How
$100
many
million on John Cornyn
after Kirk's death, how many chapters started of TPUSA?
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, it's like people are just conveniently forgetting about that. Guys, Turning Point got stronger. I know that sounds crazy. Now, again, you can never replace Kirk. Kirk is Kirk. He's never be replaced.
So, breaking news.
What?
Jay Feely, former NFL kicker, has won the Arizona Republican primary for Arizona's first.
Yay.
That is the one and only win the New York Jets are ever allowed to have.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Yes. But any news and other news, everybody, we got to talk about Texas because John Cornyn. You guys probably know what we're going to talk about quickly because this might be you want like everything wrong with John Cornyn, Bill Cassidy, Tom Tillis. This single tweet, and of course, America First Insight has a tweet on it. This single tweet should tell you everything wrong with Cornyn. John Cornyn says he will be blocking Trump nominees until the president ensures that $6 billion go to African AIDS relief.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're not allowed to have a government that's allowed to do things until you agree to send billions of dollars to fucking gay sex disease relief and fucking.
Remember when Republicans were against nonsensical funding like this? Especially when
actually, Tyrone, I do have to push back on this. The AIDS epidemic in Africa is like one of the only places where it's not specifically like a gay thing. Are you guys familiar with the concept of?
Okay, we're not going down that. No,
save the stream. Save the stream.
No,
abort.
Anyways, all I'm gonna say is, it's a weird place. They do weird things.
Okay,
and
but
weird things happen.
But it's like okay. Oh gosh, but like, just think about this for a second. Like, just how crazy this sounds. So you can, it's like Tom Tillis with the government shutdown. If the Save America Act passes, we shut down the government. It's the same shit. And the
I will say,
Let me,
I know I was just ragging on it, but I will actually say the United States AIDS relief to sub-Saharan Africa is actually one of the few like foreign policy, or not foreign policy, it's like one of the few fucking foreign financial aid programs that has actually worked because it did actually contribute to a significant
But
amount of
guess
HIV.
what? Guess what, guys, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what? And you can go to Data Republicans Twitter account. It's literally at Data Republican, capital
Patriots.
capital D like David, capital R like Robert. You can go on there, and she has talked extensively about PEPFAR. You can give PEPFAR all the kudos you want. You gotta
They
hand it
still
to
do some
them.
sketchy stuff.
All the people doing contractor work for PEPFAR are leftists, billionaires that guess what can do the work without the government funding. So what do you think is happening when a bunch of leftist billionaires who, if they truly
Magic.
wanted, if they truly wanted to do a philanthropic venture, could do it without the aid of the government at all? And by the way, the government's so bureaucratic that a lot more money would probably go to Africa for AIDS relief if they were doing it without the government being involved. But magically, they really just want the government money. What do you think's going on there? What do you, what guy, ladies and gentlemen, put in chat. What do you think's going on
Magic.
there? What do you think's
Neither.
going on?
America known for two. Trump gave Carrie Lake an ambassadorship the fuck off. And that relates to this. It's like, wait, what does becoming the ambassador of, was it Jamaica? What does that have to do with the AIDS thing in Africa? Like, what? Like, this right here is everything wrong. And you know the dumb thing? The retard right has the same philosophy. They do.
I mean, there's a lot of dumb things about Carrie Lake.
Yeah, this is the same philosophy these people have. If you don't give us everything we want, even the dumbest of things, we're going to ruin your entire government, even if it fucks over everybody else. We don't care because we said so. It's the same shit.
Act, by the way.
Yeah.
But they do it when it is tactically advantageous to them.
President Gilbert
There is
Getty.
nothing tactically advantageous about we're going to shut the fucking government down because
Save Act.
Because you want, again, the United States is one of the few fucking Western democracies where voter ID is not compulsory.
Yeah. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. TPUSA did get stronger, but according to Owens, the beekeepers and Freemasons got Kirk and Erica was behind it. And she's actually the leader. Well, yeah, it's like, even despite all the bullshit, they've gotten stronger. And I think the results tonight prove it. All the TPUSA people are winning.
In real life, TPUSA is winning, getting stronger and more powerful. In Fantasyland, or whatever
Martians.
Whatever the podcasters are making money
The
off of
only
that.
thing that matters is how many Pakistanis and Indians are watching your podcast.
That's
Everything else
true.
is irrelevant.
You know,
That's so true.
and now that's another thing. It's
I
like,
forgot the Nigerians, Mark, you fucking racist bastard.
but it's
Sorry,
like,
my bad.
but it's crazy to think it's like, unironically, like their audience is becoming that. It's not even American, which again, there should be regulations on it. It's like, wait, why should like people from like not from America be able to like influence viewership this much for what's supposed to be American politics?
And that's why, honestly, Twitter should have it so you can see the audience of other people
I
just
agree.
by country if you're in politics. I am ecstatic that America First Insight makes content for Americans. We're at 93% in the past week of Americans looking at our stuff because we make stuff for Americans. I don't care
Wow.
about
So
the rest
true.
of the world.
93% of Americans have watched America First.
Yeah, it's real.
I'll go ahead and I'll try to make like a politically viable, moderate position of what I actually want. What I actually want is for the internet from these parts of the world, which is South Asia, West Asia, Southeast Asian islands. I want all of the internet cut off from these places, and especially from the pilfering African countries. Not all African countries, but the ones that are clearly abusing the system. I want them
most African
all.
countries.
I want them all.
Rip.
I want them all removed from access to American internet. But the moderate position, I think, is that our legislators force the ISPs and Google, Alphabet, everybody else to make a filter that we can click on and off. And every single American that does not want them to interact with their posts, it's all filtered out. Everything from an IP address from these specific countries that are put on a list are excluded because they are exploiting our social media and exploiting our systems for profit. If even if it only makes minimum wage over here, minimum wage in one of these countries is gangbusters. It's enough to buy mansions. So please just cut them out. Give us an option, give us a filter, give us a toggle.
Something.
Thank you.
That is a
Yeah,
good point.
everyone
Like,
but a certain group of people. You know who I'm referring to.
gosh, but when you like seriously, like, here's my take. If these countries do not have laws that respect like American IP laws, copyright, all that stuff, and of course security stuff, they should not be. We should not have internet. Like, how do I say this? You should be allowed to like interact with people on the internet with them, but there should be a filter.
Geo-blocking.
Yeah,
You should be allowed
geo-blocking.
to
That's
do
the
that.
name I was looking for. Yeah,
We should be able to geo-block all these people.
It's like, if you want to
I
interact
don't
with
want
them,
a single
fine.
fucking Indian ever following my Twitter account.
But it's like if they want to follow them, like fine. But it's like you should have the option where, hey, if these countries do not respect basic stuff like IP laws, copyright, all that, and they're like they should be geo-blocked or have the ability to.
These people do so much more intangible damage to our country, our voting, our culture than they could ever possibly economically contribute, which is why
100%.
they should be forced to be on Russian and Russian, African, Chinese internet systems. Whoever lets them in, whoever lets them into their little bungalow, they can be in someone else's ecosystem, not ours.
Of course,
By the way,
we
Russia
do.
and China actively block African and Indian IPs from accessing the internet. So
Yeah,
that
and
tells
by the
you
way,
exactly what
when
our
we say this,
I thought that they loved India and Africa. I
By the way,
thought that
we're
they
not-
were like best friends.
we're not saying every Asian country like Japan and South Korea. You guys are fine. You guys are chill. But like these
Well,
other ones,
obviously, there are developed countries and developing countries that are true friends and allies of America.
again, I think
And
Japan's our best friend.
It's
but-
not something that's actually hard to delineate. There
Yeah.
are people very obviously taking advantage of our systems, and there are people contributing. If they're contributing, like obviously Japan and South Korea do, and even like most Vietnamese do, like yeah, obviously we let these types of countries in that have positive of symbiotic relationships with America. You guys took biology, you know what a
Yes.
symbiotic relationship
Serious
is?
question. When was the
What's the
last
difference
time?
between
Oh,
a
sorry.
symbiote versus a parasite? If they're symbiotic with us, they stay in our internet. If they're a parasite, we use we geo-block them. It's like Terminex.
But here's a serious question. When you think of all these giant internet scams and all that, when was the last time it came from Japan or South Korea? And not like
Never, literally never,
like
literally never.
I'm trying to think of like a major hacking or whatever because like
Never.
I can't think of it because guess what? These cultures, guess what? They have cultural respect. They don't do that shit over there. So
Yeah, no, like they make way more money selling us
Yeah, they make more money.
and cars, cell phones and cars and TVs than they do trying to exploit us for like minimum wage earnings on social media.
yeah, it's like I seriously cannot think like there obviously it happened before, but all the notorious ones, it's always India, Nigeria, Pakistan. It's always these countries. Again, not everybody from these countries doing this shit, but it is clearly a problem, especially when they don't.
Here's like a serious race neutral way of geo blocking countries without making it about race at all whatsoever.
Just follow IP laws.
GDP per capita. If your country is above a certain threshold of GDP per capita, which means that like each individual person like in your country is a certain amount of wealthy, like wealthier, then yes. Now, like if we do it just simply by GDP, then that won't fix anything. GDP per capita makes sure that everybody is at like some certain standard of wealth, and the people that would truly profit off of doing these scummy scams on Amazon and these dirty like spool accounts on Twitter, like they get filtered out automatically because they will never make enough money.
Don't forget Romania. Romania is a different story. Like, yeah, they do have that, but at least they're in the EU and they have some laws to respect American stuff. So
They can be regulated by the EU.
there's
EU
regulation.
laws
Like that's a
already-
different
yeah.
story. And again, I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of the EU, but like when you look at it, they mostly are in line. So
I appreciate the EU for the food regulations and for standardizing USB Type C and forcing phone companies to like make removable batteries. Their tyranny is useful when it's prosumer, and but then like the rest of the tyranny, they deserve to be destroyed and dismantled for. How about that?
yeah. Um, Good cyber teams that contract for the federal government are recommended to block everyone but the UK, Canada, and Australia, New Zealand. Well, yeah, that's just common sense. Like these, obviously, you want to block all these other countries.
Also, think about it
So
this way: like, it would be really nice if we could like encourage and push the geo blocking in these other countries. Because look in your like only 11% of Europeans in the European Union have a positive opinion of America. That is a mixture of their own homegrown propaganda and foreign propaganda. And imagine if we could cut off the foreign end of that and then kind of negotiate the countries into, hey, how about you like say less mean things about us if you want to keep trading with us? And then like imagine the world, how much healing the world would go through if both domestic and foreign propaganda against America disappeared from these countries
it just
overnight.
like a lot of the issues of the internet stems from the fact that we don't have geo blocking. Because remember,
Yeah.
just 10 years ago, this wasn't a problem because honestly, these countries they did not have access to the internet, at least not
There,
to widespread
there was a
scale.
natural financial gatekeeping to internet access
And you
that
can
only.
thank and you can thank people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos for spreading the cheap internet and technological
I
capabilities
get
for
what they were
these
trying
people
to
to
do,
fill
but
the
if
market.
it failed, I get what they're trying to do, but it just the way they're doing it right now, it's got to change. I'm sorry, like if they want to have internet, fine. I don't. That's not the issue. It just they should not be able to like abuse the system, and you can't do anything about it. It's like that's fucking insane.
Here's the core problem, and this is what you need to tell to your mom and your dad at the dinner table. It's what you need to tell to your liberal friend and whatever else. There are not just Israel,
It's
not just Iran,
Israel.
not just Qatar, but like dozens upon dozens of countries all vying for influence over your minds and over our election process. And no matter what persuasion you're talking to, so like you're talking to someone who's anti-Israel, mention Israel and all of their buddies. Well, how many buddies does Israel have left right now?
They have
But like,
nobody. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like
They have India. They have India.
yeah, they got
well,
India.
well,
They
just
get everyone
like
from Somalia land to come
well,
Oh
there.
gosh.
whatever persuasion the person you're talking to is, just bring up the point. Like everybody that you think is negatively influencing American politics outside of our borders, they have free reign to endlessly lie to every single American. And like if you're talking to like a super like brainwashed Democrat, to bring up Russia. Well, listen, like
Russia.
look, RT is just running wild in the streets of our internet. Like, do you really want another rigged Russian election?
Yeah, that's
Like,
a
in
good point.
like,
They
bring up
rigged
Russia,
it.
bring up Russia, bring up Israel, and or if you're talking to someone of a right wing persuasion, bring up all these Islamic countries, bring up all these countries that they inherently think hate us, which they do, by the way. But like they're totally right; they all hate us.
Like
But
I'm seriously trying to think what has been gained from these countries gaining internet access. Seriously, what's been gained?
making everybody like
The,
deranged, psychotic, like mentally ill,
you,
like mental illness spiking in America.
yeah, mental illness spiking, gaming went to shit. Internet's gone to shit as a whole. All social media platforms are slop now. It's all garbage. People are scamming people left and right. Yeah, of course scams always
Like
existed,
all of
but
those
now
AI
it's just
videos
insane.
with like fruits in the tick in the weird wooden stick guy and like all that other stuff.
Gosh,
Tongue
Has that
suckler.
enriched your life, viewer?
it's
Has any
enriched
of that
it.
content like made your life
And again,
marginally better?
everyone knows I'm not really anti AI. I just think what some people are doing with it, I can understand why people are upset about it. It's like, what the fuck? Why do we need AI slop dominating everything? I'm not one of those.
I
Yeah,
would really prefer our friends and because our friends are typically going to be of a higher intelligence than our enemies because our enemies are stupid and hate us. But like our friends are going to make higher IQ like better AI slop. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Uh, tongue Sahur.
Yeah,
That's
that's
someone
what it
in chat
is.
said.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
my
The
life
the only
I
real
changed permanently by that guy. Yeah, go ahead.
the only real thing that like all the internet access has done, which you can argue however you want, is that it's completely one-shotting third world birth rates. I mean, you can look at India
Yeah.
falling from like 6 to like 1.9 in a relatively short
The
time.
slop is just like that. Like I'm
It's
just
coming everywhere.
yeah.
Everywhere that's third world is getting one shot by having AI access because it gives them everything they want. Instant dopamine 24/7.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
I'm just trying to like. I'm seriously trying to think. Has anything gotten better with any of this?
No.
Seriously, objectively?
No, like you can also actually argue this has crashed the fertility rate, but that's such a complicated conversation. I'm
Yeah,
not going to get into
there's
it.
like 100 different factors. You have to talk about all that stuff. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, just like there's been nothing of value has been gained over. You could argue the last 20 years, but really the last 10 years. Ever since 2015 to 2016, it's been downhill with everything.
Yeah.
So
No. Like literally, you can actually track the decline, and I'm so sorry, you guys that are like 9 to 10 years younger than boomer old me. I'm almost 30, guys.
oh
I'm like
god, you're old.
I'm 11 months away from being 30, guys. But
Beat him to
like
death. I'm joking.
when I was like growing up,
God,
like
it's expired.
you could
He's
argue the
expired.
memes were more cringe or whatever, but like everybody you talk to was at such a higher caliber. Even the dumb people were of a higher caliber. I miss the dumb people I talked to in
Well,
2012.
and not just that, but like, yeah, they might have been cringy, but at least there was soul behind it. There was
They were
actually like
sincere.
it was sincere.
They were
Yeah.
sincere.
Now it's just like the memes now. Like, there's a couple
Oh,
hilarious
and that's
ones,
the thing. Like
but
that's probably the strongest argument. You guys stumbled upon the strongest argument against all of this: sincerity.
yeah, there's nothing
Like
sincere.
being insincere is not like some sort of sin in a lot of these cultures. It is actually baked in, and you can bring honor to your tribe, to your family, by being insincere in a way that makes you win. And like again, like think about it in terms of our politics. Tucker Carlson's entire shtick, Candace Owens's entire shtick, many other people who I won't name on the streams, entire shtick disappears overnight if you geo-block these countries or just toggle them out
Isn't that
of the
just
algorithm.
sad? You talk before an interference. It's like, what? How can anyone just ignore the fact that, yeah, I guarantee you, if you block these people, just watch Tucker's viewership crashes by 90%. I'm not even joking. At this point, who watches Tucker Carlson?
Sneako's viewership crashes by like 99%.
Who watches Tucker Carlson? The only people that watch Tucker or Candace at this point are literal schizophrenics or people
He
from the third world.
he would literally have to move to like Dubai and like
Yeah.
put on a turban and
Oh,
do the Tucker
gosh.
Carlson show from the Middle East.
All right. I got some super chats to read. Daniel for 5. Conservatives, libertarians, and liberals all claim to be the true inheritors of the founding fathers. Meanwhile, Marxists / Islamists want to subvert and replace us. Well, now they're saying the founding fathers were socialists, everybody. Anyways, I'm pushing 30 and I'm only 21. Oh gosh. Marcus Holiday for 5. John, don't you ever disrespect ton. Oh god, ever again.
My favorite Tung Sahur videos are when Giga Chad is like lighting him on fire to use as like a torch. Or like
Oh
like
gosh.
anything like that. Like okay, like literally the Giga Chad and Gigafly memes.
Those are
Again,
hilarious.
I'm not a connoisseur of like these AI generated memes, but they are the best. They are
Like, again, there are still good there are still sincere people to make funny stuff. It just now for every funny meme that like you get, now it's just 80 there's 80 memes that are just shit. They're all garbage.
I'm gonna out myself as an Israeli slave here, but I actually unironically enjoy some Tung Sahur, especially when it's like him being drawn as a fucking chud jack. Like there's some
No, there's funny
sincerity
times with it.
him and drawing him as a chud jack and having him beat down on a fucking commie or the fucking Anarchist Snake. That shit's funny. That
Um,
shit is genuinely funny, and I will fight you if you disagree with me. But for the most part, yeah, AI slop shit like that, it's fucking awful.
It just-
it's propagated by the third world.
oh gosh, yeah, Johnny sent it. That's I saw that.
This is like the first one that shows up on the search bar when I just type
It's
Giga
beautiful,
Chad, and it's so beautiful. It's so good.
But what's sad about this is, again, like, for every good meme like that, it's just 90 shit ones. There's nothing
Yeah.
fun. It's like it's all the same slop
Here, hold
over
on,
and over
John.
again.
I've got you, John. I've got a bunch of these.
Oh,
They're so
gosh.
good. They're so
American
great.
Noted for 2. Man Biggs getting Ken Paxton runoff margins. Oh, he's doing way better than Paxton, but
No, he's doing better than Paxton, guys. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those of you who are math disadvantaged, but
He's doing
Paxton
way
won
better.
by like 26 points. Biggs is winning by, was it 56 points? Am I reading that right?
56.
50, 56.
Oh, this is a good point.
almost.
With one great meme, there's 100 shitty AI slop. Yeah. The one good meme, and it's all shit. Again, there are funny AI memes. Some people know how to use AI. They know it's ironic. They make it
So
funny.
like
but-
literally all we're advocating for is we're going to remove the 100 slop memes by basically blocking off billions of people from our
Yeah.
from our internet.
Speaking
would
of
also
100
argue-
slop memes in general.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Tyro. You know, but again, like AI, I am still somebody that advocates for AI because I know that it can be a tool that's useful if done properly. There just got to be there. How do you even at this point though? How do you even?
Which one are you watching?
How do you even regulate AI at this point? Like, stop the slop.
You
really
don't
can't.
regulate you don't regulate AI. You just regulate who uses it. That's like literally that's all
Maybe.
I'm saying. And I'm not saying that in a like we should regulate which Americans should use AI.
We
I'm just
gotta
saying, like,
regulate it.
imagine if like the only AI content you saw was like made in these United States of America or
Be a lot
Europe, like
better.
West Europe.
You want to know an
Oh, it'd be
example
so
of good
bad.
AI? You want to know an example of good AI slop? The Will
What?
Stancil show.
Yeah,
That's
oh my gosh.
that's fine because like the whole it's AI, it's ironic, but that's what's funny about it. Like that's fine.
So-
And again, there's useful aspects of AI. Like people are vibe coding AI stuff that's actually useful, not just shit. They're actually
there was
yeah.
I'm putting a video in chat, guys, and I'm gonna put it in chat a few seconds after I say this because I know there's lag, but I'm gonna put an X link in chat that's to like I won't give the title of it, but it was made by a guy named Billy Bailey at Billy Jim Bailey, and it is like quite literally the best AI video I have ever seen in my whole life. It's 2 minutes long. It's about Will Stancil. Just give it a watch. You'll
I know exactly
understand.
which one you're
Yeah,
referring to.
it's
I didn't
the
see this one.
best
I'll
AI
watch after the
video.
stream.
Best
But, you know,
AI video ever made.
But, like-
is it the one with Grog with the fucking
Yes,
baby?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But like no, seriously,
That's
like
5 seconds of it.
you look at the AI stuff though, it's like, and there are good projects people are doing. Like, for example, I saw a couple days ago, some guy was able to like recompile the Wii Mario Kart game like on a computer.
Mario Kart Wii uncompiled. Yeah.
Yeah,
Made
and-
it a native PC port.
and it's
Been
like that-
playing around with it. Super fun.
It's amazing, but all these comments are saying, you used AI, how dare you? It's like, he actually did something cool with it. That's what AI is supposed to be meant for. You know how long that would take to do it by hand? Like, you have to recompile the whole fucking thing. Like, that would take forever. That's what AI should be used for. And now there's like artists that like are banning people from like suggesting, even using AI for concept. It's like, all you're doing is isolating people. Like, you're gaining nobody from attacking anybody who's AI. And by the way, let's cut the shit. The whole gaming industry, they use AI.
You said the line. You said the line.
Everybody fucking uses AI in the coding industry. Like, there's
Yeah,
not a
that's why-
single
that's why
person.
Windows 11 is shit. You should all
Yeah.
switch to Linux, by the way.
Well, yeah, it's dog shit because it's pure AI. Well, most people, they vibe code now because that's
It's vibe code. My favorite example of something good being ruined by vibe slop. A lot of people here, I don't expect you to remember this. John might remember this. StarCraft 2 was literally the biggest fucking game when it was launched. The reason Twitch is such a big platform as it is because of StarCraft 2. Destiny, that liberal freak streamer, got started out as a StarCraft 2 streamer. I remember hating that dude before he even got political because he used the scummiest fucking tactics as a Terran. Fucking StarCraft 2 used to be this beautiful fucking game. It's been on life support for a while, but because it's more or less been on life support, they've started vibe coding a lot of shit.
Oh
The
god.
game is in its most broken state ever. You can load burrowed widow mines into a medevac, drop them immediately, and they're just immediately off cooldown. So much shit has been broken in StarCraft 2 because they have a life support team that has switched to vibe coding with Claude.
Again, there's nothing wrong with the
once dominant titan of the gaming industry, by the way.
Well, that's Blizzard for you, but
Oh yeah, I do like want to say this to the chat because this probably isn't like a very commonly brought up topic in this. We're having like this shifts in video games happening at Xbox specifically. Xbox, Microsoft, they're very sensitive to your opinions right now, like in the
yeah.
like 6 to 12 months, they are extremely sensitive to your opinions because they are restructuring the entire thing and laying off a bajillion
Listen,
people.
I was skeptical of her, but I think she's doing a good job.
Well, yeah, CEO Sharma, she's like doing a good job right now, but I want you guys to go out there and make sure you are as loud and vocal as possible over the next year. I
Who
don't
would've
want
thought?
woke in my games. I don't want DI. I just want normal games. Just make them cool. Don't make them for guys. Make them for men. Women love games made for men, by the way.
Just
They
yeah,
don't like
make good
everybody.
games.
Everybody hates games that are just like made for women, but women like games made for men because they're actually testosterone fueled fantasies that actually most everyone can receive.
Because it's
We don't
fun.
we don't want to be middle-aged dad for the 50,000th time protecting his daughter in a wasteland. We don't want to be like we don't want to have like a 10-hour therapy session. Just tell them like we just want normal games. We want the games that you made before everybody went woke. Like be as loud and vocal and annoying as possible about that over the next
It's
year
like
because especially with Xbox stuff.
well, yeah, especially with
biggest
Sony
time-
blowing
so
itself up. But
Resident Evil is like one of the biggest fucking like games out there. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, literally the biggest Silent Hill and Resident Evil fans I know are women.
yeah, but like because
you know one of the two that I'm talking about, John.
Yeah.
you know why? Because they're actually good games.
Yeah, they're actually good games. They're not focused on like including everyone and making content of it accessible to everyone.
It's like
Guess
this is the
what?
story. This is how it's playing out. You're playing this
Like,
shit.
Video
You
games
were
are
Leon
made to
Kennedy.
be
You were
are
shooting
meant
zombies.
video games are meant to be fun and they will be only fun for a certain subsect of people, and you make video games for that people, and maybe if you're lucky it like expands out to popular consent, but like no, making games like, oh, I want every single person, including the disabled wheelchair bound woman, to like my game. No, that's not how you make games. Make games for actual jocks. Make games for people that have a life. Make
People that
games for
care.
people that want to have fun and a thrill, and just stop giving a crap about accessibility and inclusivity and diversity. That just naturally, by the way, by the nature of how we structure our society, that will just naturally happen. Like do you really think that like games for women like did not magically like in do you really think Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley like that we needed a focus group of like diversity hires to make those games? No, it's because people realized, oh yeah, women really like this type of game.
It's a
Oh,
fun
women really like.
game.
Well, like and look, dude, I mean, like even I played Animal Crossing for like a couple of months. It's not my favorite game,
Well,
but
yeah,
like
but I get what people like it.
my point is, if people stop caring about making video games for literally everyone, then everyone will have video games because people like different things. Just make normal games.
Yes.
And fire all of these people that are trying to like.
And that's what she
ruin
did.
things.
I know the HOB that's still a big problem, but you look at who she's firing. we're not talking about some of these developers should be fired, I think, but we're talking about these pencil pushers. These people that do nothing. They're the diversity hires, like
unelected
unironically.
bureaucrats of the gaming industry.
Basic,
the
like these people.
threes of the gaming industry.
Oh
I know
God.
who I'm mentioning for a specific reason. Go off, John.
But
No, like someone one of the guys that I think is even in my server right now was mentioning in chat like, "Oh, Silent Hill's big with testosterone." Well, guess what? The Silent Hill franchise literally made a game in the middle of their big series that was just like explaining it's a good game. I played the whole game, but it's a game for women, like for women's anxieties about growing up. It's Silent Hill 3. Like go play Silent Hill 3 all the way through and try to like talk to me about like, oh yeah, no, this is just like it's not the best Silent Hill game. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is if you just make normal
it's a
games,
game. They
like
try.
if you make normal fucking games, then just like magically these other games you want to exist will just appear out of the ether. You don't have to force it. You don't have to force it. Just make games. And yeah, just yell
But
at Xbox until they make normal games again, please.
really, what
instead of you could just do things, you could just make games.
Yeah.
You can just make
what
games.
what
You can just
really
make games.
what won me over with her was when what she did with Bethesda and Obsidian. That was the funniest thing ever. How the hell did you get Bethesda to say yes with Obsidian? How?
It's easy. You threaten Bethesda because it's so obvious they've been doing nothing for
Yeah,
like
what the
8
fuck are they
years.
doing? Like, when are they gonna ever release? Oh my god, what
And
games?
they're sitting there. Those Bethesda devs are trying
They're
to guilt
useless.
trip you, the audience, right now. Guilt trip you, the audience, about well, they fired people that were working on the new Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah,
They've been
so
working
true.
on that
Haven't
game
seen
for
gameplay
15
was
years.
announced 8 years ago, right before they were bought out.
When seriously, how long have they been working on that? That was the game I was thinking about.
The Elder Scrolls, the teaser
Yes!
trailer was 8 years ago.
See,
I
and you know they were
remember
working on it
watching-
beforehand.
I remember watching E3 2018 with my friends. One of my best friends, huge Elder Scrolls fan. I had also just started getting into Morrowind at the time. Morrowind is the best Elder Scrolls game, by the way. Fight me on this. I remember we saw the Elder Scrolls trailer, and we were like, "That's not a fucking trailer. That's like that's like a that's a Blender rendition with a title card that lasted
Yeah,
10
and
fucking
they
seconds."
claim that these types of trailers are in-game trailers by like rendering them in
Yeah.
whatever engine that the actual game's going to be in. They do this all the time, by the way. But not just with Elder Scrolls, with like a bunch of other games.
They did it
Yeah,
with
no,
Starfield.
but like imagine like Skyrim, didn't that come out in 2011? My like freshman year of high school.
I'm
Yes, I
pretty.
think so.
What's
Skyrim came out 11/11/11.
Jesus? It's been that long.
I was 14. I was less than half of my current age when Skyrim
These
came
game,
out.
this right here, and listen, when she did that, she forced Bethesda to get off their ass and got Obsidian back and followed that won me over. It's like, oh my god, they're making a game, making 2 games actually. Holy shit!
Yeah,
They're only-
it kind of seems like she understands that. Hey, because I think she's just angling to be like CEO of Microsoft or whatever. But she knows that if she can take like shitty Xbox right now and maybe have it make money,
Make
that
it a
the
winner.
board will like approve her to be Microsoft,
But-
which she's doing it through common sense.
That's what
Yeah.
she has to do. It's just like all these people. What do? You've been here for 20 years and you've done nothing. You're a pencil pusher. Okay, you've been here for 20 years. Who gives a shit? Name me what you've done recently.
Yeah,
But-
and also like I hate to say this, but like if you guys can like, I'm not asking you to be my personal army. I will never ask a favor from you guys ever again. But like if all of you guys can just like go on to Twitter and then just like demand that CEO Asha Sharma or whatever her name is, like if you can demand that she shuts down Halo Studios,
Please.
like
I knew that
like-
was coming.
like my life is yours, by the way. Like if
It's
you
just-
go do that.
Listen,
If I do that, will you give me mod back?
No.
the whole camp, like
Aw.
the campaign evolved thing, that game looks like shit.
No,
And
no,
it
no,
go-
it's not just that. Campaign Evolved sucks, was 90% outsourced, and is entirely asset swaps from games made 16 years ago.
Yeah, and
Also,
it's
by the
unplayable.
way, by the way, I'm not even going to get into. There's a whole can of worms with how bad that game is. They have canceled all of their other projects. Now, all their other projects sucked, so I'm not like that heartbroken over it. But they canceled all their other projects because they realized, oh crap, like none of this is actually going to be presentable. We can't actually like use any of this. And so now they're sitting like all of the Halo Studio devs are sitting in an office together, hundreds of them, like, what do we do? What do we do? We need to. Oh, guys, we're brainstorming the next magical best Halo game that's ever going to
It's
exist
gonna be
ever.
shit.
It is the perfect timing to like make a mass media campaign of like fire them, shut them down, kill like no violence, but like make the studio shut down and give the IP to someone else. Like literally, like I'm begging, please,
Yeah.
please just shut it down, please.
One more super
Please.
chat.
Just shut it down.
American Nerd for 2. What the hell's Animal Crossing? What kind of game is that? It's in the name.
Void swap. It's void
Dun,
swap.
dun.
Yeah.
So and it's Animal Crossing's Void Slap. I do recommend like the GameCube game if you ever find it, if you want to, if you have a way to play that. The Switch game's also pretty good too. But it's like long story short, you're like building a life for yourself with like neighbors. It's like it has Minecraft elements of building your own house and growing your own
I never really
crops,
played it, so
all this other stuff. It is an extremely void slop game, but there are interesting things. Like if you like dinosaurs, you go collect dinosaur bones, and the museum lets you.
we
It lets you see what kind of dinosaur bones there are and all that stuff.
we give Halo back to Bungie. Oh fuck no, that's never gonna happen.
No,
No,
that's not what
Bungie
I'm
has the
asking
same
for.
issue with
It's
everyone else.
worse.
Bungie's worse.
Like, it's fucking
because
like
it all comes from 2020, and
like-
it's just COVID was such a bad thing for the gaming industry because I don't know, I don't sit in an executive boardroom, but everyone there saw that everyone started playing live service games in 2020, and then they
I
all
wonder
went,
why.
"Oh, well, obviously everyone's going to continue playing every live service game just like they are right now for the next 10 years. Duh,
Welcome
let's
back.
make a billion of them."
And by the
Welcome
way,
back,
let's
High Guard.
put all of our games on a shitty subscription service that used to be good, and pump
No,
up
like
the price.
literally, the CEO has literally criticized the subscription service. She was like, all of Xbox's financial behaviors were premised upon that subscription service, Xbox Game Pass,
we-
doing better than it did. It didn't do well.
Needed to
and-
double its subscribers.
Yeah, me and Mark talked about this. It's like the original model made sense, but when they started doing these day one releases and they made it exclusive, it's like you do realize that there's not enough money to pay for this. You got to either jack up the subscription or double the membership, and they didn't neither. Well, they jacked up the profit
They're
amount.
distorting their own games market. They're not getting any metrics for like how much people enjoy anything. And anytime a game underperforms, they're just like, well, that's because everybody's playing it on Game Pass. No, that's an excuse. That is lousy excuses. And so yeah, no. You have to get new releases away from the Game Pass.
Well,
You have like Game Pass should be for games that have been released for 6 months to a year already or longer.
Well,
New games need to stand on their own, and if they can't, then you need to either shut down the studio or move it in a different direction.
The original
shut it
model
down.
made sense. Where it was the old games, you could play all these old games for free, or not free, but through a subscription. And a few months after the game releases, you could play. That's how it should be. Not you could play Call of Duty day one. Yeah, how did that work out? That was what do you think's gonna happen? But yeah, I think honestly though, Microsoft, if the one thing they can do, and if they do this, they're gonna win the next generation no matter what. Focus on physical media.
Yeah.
Do it.
I do unironically think the death of E3 during COVID is one of the biggest tragedies of the gaming industry. E3
Oh,
was
100%.
this big thing that brought everyone together, and then they immediately started fucking. Have you ever noticed how ever since E3 got canceled and you started seeing these companies doing their own independent exposés, it basically went from E3 was the chance for companies to one up another. Gamers won. Gamers got
Remember,
to see all the funny shit. I have very
2013.
fond memories. I have very fond memories of E3 2017, 2018, 2019, playing bingo with my friends. E3 2018 was fucking hilarious.
But yeah,
Just straight up.
yeah,
But like, then what happened is E3 got canceled. We didn't have a year of announcements for anything.
yeah.
Nintendo Directs, Xbox is on.
It's
fucking
shit.
exposé,
Nobody cares about this
Sony.
stuff. Like,
It's
this
all
is
fucking shit. It's all artificially. Let me finish. it's
Sorry.
all artificially contrived bullshit. It stopped being E3. Like E3 forced the game industry and later on indie devs to actually put their best foot forward and try to capture the entertainment, do silly shit, actually get people to pay attention. And now you just have these corporate fucking snooze fests. The only remotely entertaining things are Nintendo Directs, and that's because
It's
Nintendo
Nintendo.
literally, yeah, and that's because it's Nintendo. And any attempt to replace it with the Game Show Awards, everyone remembers the High Guard fiasco.
Yeah, I remember
Okay,
that.
okay. Hold up. Game show awards are good when they have the Muppets.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look, it's Kojima.
But like the thing with like E3 was, for those that don't know the reference, back in 2013, that's when Xbox went off the like cliff with the stupid shit where like, you guys, it's a TV box. It's not actually for gaming. And if you don't want to, you could buy it. You could keep the 360. You don't have to buy the new thing. And you can't own your game. You have to resell it. It's a joke. And then PlayStation 4, they come with an ad where they just exchange games. That's how you resell a
And then
game.
PlayStation 5 had no games.
Yeah, and they're no
Observe how
game.
Observe how they destroyed PlayStation 5s and not their games for it.
Yeah, and the jack of the prices, but that physical thing, I get it. Physical media it is percentage wise down. I get that. But guys, you look at the raw units, they still sell millions every single year. That does not include the resale market. So they're full of shit. They know people buy that stuff still. They just want to
Like
control the
me
price.
personally,
Like-
by the way, I'm back. Hello,
Oh,
chat.
hello.
I actually like, as someone who has been like exclusively a PC gamer for like at least 6 or 7 years. I'm
Oh, God.
entirely unironically. Like I can't really bring myself to like throw a hissy fit about it, but I don't know. Like maybe it's different for people who play console a lot and they want the physical disc, but like, and maybe it's just because Steam is so much
Well, it's
less
Steam.
shit than Sony and Microsoft, but I trust them not to remove the ability for me to play games that I paid for. But maybe that's not the case with like console
No,
developers.
console.
I-
Sony couple days. Sorry, John. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, yay, you're relying on the idea that Mr. Gaben continues living as long as he possibly can. And I will tell you, as much as I want Gaben to live
He's gonna die.
forever, he's about as old as my dad, and he is much fatter than my dad.
He lives
And
on a yacht.
I really hate to tell you for this, guys, but if you're obese, you're not going to live as long as other people. Usually, your life expectancy is cut off by about 20 years or longer than a healthy weight person. So, and that's not to hate on anybody that has that problem. That's just reality, and that's why you want to get healthier. But no, Gaben, when he dies, like we don't know what's going to happen to Steam. And as much as like, and that's really scary for me because like but basically all the games that I own, except for like five, are all digital like releases on Steam. I would really love for there to be a physical renaissance specifically because I know that the future is uncertain. We cannot rely on people being goodwill actors
I
for like the rest of our lives with digital purchases.
My take is I think they're going to. That there is starting to be some momentum for it, especially after Sony's dumbass announcement. We're not going to sell physical because we don't sell enough copies, and then they distort the numbers and make it up. It's like people are sick and tired of this shit. And after you guys hear how they announced they like removed hundreds of movies, ones that people bought, by the way.
500.
Yeah, five. We're not talking about just some random movie. We're talking about Terminator 2. They bought it from the store, and because some licensing ran out, you lose your subscription. It's gone. Like you lose that forever. You spend $20 on it, it's gone.
Yeah. And of course, obviously, I'm going to point out the obvious thing. When the digital backlash happens and they start taking away our games, people are going to sail the seven seas. But
yeah.
I would rather be in a relationship with the companies making the games for us where just like how, listen, I'm just going to tell you, there's other consumer markets that do this way better. And both South Korea and Japan have examples, but I'm most familiar with Japan, where all of the consumers of various electronic products like IPs that are video games, they buy the merch, they buy the physical media, they buy all this other stuff, and they maintain a good relationship with the developers. I think physical media is key to maintaining a positive relationship with developers. Whereas all the digital stuff we're doing over here, the producers are going to get in the way, the big companies are going to get in the way, they're going to make everything shit, and then we're all going to like people are all going to pirate stuff. I would rather just us be in a situation where people don't have to pirate. People don't feel like they need to pirate. Like just everybody feels like they
Well,
own things.
like even Gabe Newell said that like 20 years ago. He literally
You will
said
own
like,
things and you will be happy.
yeah, but
Well, Gabe Newell's whole argument was make a better product than what pirating offers.
yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing. It's like just make a good product and people will buy it, and
And
don't
I
be
know that
assholes
sounds
about it.
crazy. That sounds crazy because pirating is free. But what Newell meant by that was
Gabe Newell.
I'm sorry, I'm a little drunk. Thing Gabe Newell was saying about that was basically, I offer a service and updates and so many other things. I offer actually a commerce market for your like in-game items. I'm going to make everything and a modding system where you just click a button and the mod's added to your game. I'm going to make an ecosystem so consumer friendly that people are going to be like, yeah, actually, I do need to pay money for this because it just is so much better and more convenient for me. And I can play with my friends and I can add mods at the click of a button and I can sell the stuff that I make on the game. Like literally, that was Gaben's philosophy was I'm going to produce a service better than you just going and downloading it for free off the internet. And unfortunately, that philosophy may die with him. And that's what I'm warning you all
That's gonna be a
about.
problem when he
That's what I'm
dies.
warning all of you.
Because like the second he dies, who even takes control of Valve at that point?
Real quick, Patriots.
That's a real
It's past
question.
midnight. I need to go to bed.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna end the
God
stream a little
bless.
bit, but we're just
I'm
gonna read some
gonna
super
hop
chats
off.
and
Ciao.
I'll see you later, Mark.
God bless.
Jack
Good night.
Jacko
See ya,
Max for
Mark.
2, Thomas Massey, the Pinecone enthusiast. Oh gosh, Tim Lee for 5. Women love to stream games that their audience want to watch them playing.
Breaking news:
What?
Department of Justice has opened a criminal investigation into Corey Mills.
That was
Yeah.
earlier. They get
Everybody.
donations. Male audience gets enjoyment. That's real. Just make good games. Marcus Holiday
Yeah.
for 5. This awful gaming spell we are in will eventually pass. I don't know if Sony will make it through. Sony's gonna make it through because they're just too big. Like Sony has everything, but the problem is
Too big to fail.
well, they are. I mean, they freaking have everything, but like your main thing is always physical media, and you're gonna move away from that. Not a smart strategy. American Nerd for 2. Thoughts of the new Star Wars Old Republic game?
Who fucking cares?
Yeah,
it's not gonna be good.
It's gonna be ass. You know
Who
it's gonna be
gives a
terrible.
kirk?
Just buy the old KOTOR games. I have a couple of like friends that love that series. They've been
It's gonna
telling
be
me.
shit.
They've been telling me just go buy the old ones, play the
Yes.
old ones.
Unironically, I grew up on KOTOR. I have very fond memories of the games. I will recommend KOTOR 1 and 2 to every fucking person in this chat right now.
Let's see. Gabe owns a majority of the shares of Steam, so I think he's smart enough to ensure this future. Well, the problem is like, okay, who takes it over when he dies?
Probably his family.
Yeah, but then like most of the time when they die, like they might be like they're not bad, but most of the time they just want to get out of the business because like they're not their father or whatever.
You don't understand. Did you see what happened to the Lord of the Rings IP after that guy died?
That's yeah.
Like the guy
They butchered it.
like do you see what happened? Like this happens over and over again to people who mean the best intent, but may not necessarily prepare for the future in that way. I really need you guys to be prepared for bad scenarios, and you need to advocate for things that aren't like premised upon the bad thing not happening, but are premised upon the bad thing happens, but it's okay because we have this. And that's what physical media is. It's literally like even if the bad thing did happen one day, oh, wow, that's amazing. We still have physical media. We don't have to like actually be enslaved to service models or subscriptions. Like we still own things. Like that's what happened. Like that's literally what's basically happened to music. Music did have like a resurgence with like CDs at one point, and also had a resurgence with like records at some point, but like most of the time, like almost all audio If you want to listen to songs, you got to be subscribed to some stupid service, Apple Music or Spotify. We don't want that. We just like
Own the stuff.
literally advocate owning things. It's like the most right-wing thing you could possibly believe. How are we in a right-wing like podcast and the chat is not convinced on the owning property idea?
Most people
Like
are.
Own
Literally,
things and be happy.
literally the entire ideological premise of the West at its fundamental core is: do you
own
like
things.
owning? Do you like to own things? The thing that sets us apart from China and the Middle East and Sub-Saharan Africa, the thing that Western values are built on, whether it's Europe, the United States, it's Latin America, it's certain Near Eastern communities that have retained their Christian heritage, it is
Okay, Tyrone.
entirely having the ability to do, or you can own personal property. That's literally
Oh,
where all this shit
oh,
stems from.
own things, take responsibility for the things you own, make world better. That's right-wing philosophy.
It's
Okay?
this is a good chat for somebody. It's unironically going to take an industry retraction and a gaming market crash to solve this. Here's the problem: there is no Nintendo. Like, I don't see a new Nintendo rising. Like, you need a Nintendo type company to rise. I don't see that happening
John, we're starting a new gaming company.
because like
No.
Nintendo was already successful
Oh.
before that. Like what you try to like? I mean, Steam. I mean, Valve. I mean, they're trying, but you need a Nintendo like company to rise from the ashes, and I don't see that
Yeah.
happening. Or even Sega. You don't got that.
There's like companies that could opportunistically hop into the space, but the thing is that there's been such a bad record of that. Remember when Google tried to hop into
Oh,
the
that's
gaming
right. Like the
space?
shitty. What was it called? It was like
Google Cloud.
yeah, the cloud, and it was like, dude, it's just your TV, and it's playing
Yeah,
shit.
it was garbage, and that's what everybody that like is scared of entering the gaming, like the gaming hardware and console industry, they all
Well,
look
it's
at stuff like that and
expensive.
they're like, "This is horrible," and they're even looking at like what's happening to Steam right now, and they're like, "That's horrible. I don't want to live through that." And yeah, no, it's a big
There,
loss leader industry to jump into.
you need a giant corporation like Microsoft in the 90s. They got in because they had infinite money and they were
Yeah.
able to afford it. Like I'm trying to think, do you trust well, Apple, they would just charge like fucking $1 million to do it.
Okay.
So
Imagine Elon Musk joins in and he
he's
makes a
talked about that.
console. He makes a console for the
The
X
X
app,
the
and it's
X
called
console.
the X, the X,
Just X.
The Xbox, you say? It really makes you think, doesn't it?
no, like what Elon Musk should just be like the X cylinder or the X sphere. X sphere. Wouldn't that be
X
funny?
sphere. But like
Like
the
it's
thing
it's
is,
like the game sphere from Drake and
he's
Josh.
talked
You
about
know?
that.
The
He's
the everything console.
gosh, shut up. Yeah, I know you're. Oh God, Tyrone, why did you say that? I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks. But like seriously, like you need somebody like Musk to fund it. That's the issue. And Musk has talked about it. He's starting a game company. I know that. But like you need somebody like that in these other companies. Who do you trust? Do you
Okay,
trust Apple? Do you trust?
I trust Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, God.
Jesse the Minnesotan is asking a very important question, which he's asking John, can you explain the property thing more? Why is being right wing tied to property as opposed to because property is tradition. Property is the tradition of the Roman Republic. Property is the tradition, the degrading tradition of the Roman Empire. Property was the tradition of the Magna Carta. The property is the tradition of the Diocletian reforms. Like property rights they underpin
Okay.
every single European judicial system, including the Justinian, like Codex Justinianus, which defines every single like law in continental Europe, and the Magna Carta, which defines all of the Anglosphere. Like it's at the core. It is tradition. Property rights is the most traditional thing that you could ever have. Why do you think you have the right to bear arms? To protect your property.
I want to
Okay, what? No,
I
more
want
tangents.
I want to piggyback off of that really quick.
Gosh.
In the ancient world, the ancient Greeks were the only civilization that you really just could unquestionably have your own personal property. the Semites, the Yahwehians, whatever the fuck you want to call the proto-Jews, the Chinese, everyone else at that time, you didn't own something personally. You communally owned something, whether it was between you and your family or your greater community or whatnot. The tradition of personal property include slaves, toothbrushes, clothing, furniture, tools, ancient personal property, and in some instances with citizens, private property were recognized universal rights for everybody
Okay.
in the ancient Greek city states. In Rome, the West is literally built off of you being able to personally just fucking own something.
Um, okay. American Note for 2. Did anyone win the so-called console wars? Well, it depends on it depends on the generation.
The
Uh,
consumer lost.
yeah, basically. Let's see here. The fourth generation. Let's see. Let's go back. The current generation, nobody fucking won. I guess Nintendo won this generation, but that's not really
Like in
saying
terms of like
much.
sales, like
Yeah,
if you look at
Nintendo, I
console
guess,
sales,
but
Nintendo won with the Switch. And like it's really hard to say anybody else even capable of winning this current generation
I
or
mean,
the next generation.
PlayStation had a chance. They fucked it up, not releasing games.
Well, like here's the thing, like who cares about who won the competition of like a game that everybody stopped playing? Like that's actually the what we're talking about is like
Yeah,
Sony
nobody
and
cares.
Xbox. Remember like Xbox released a video like maybe less than a year ago that was like everything's an Xbox. You're the Xbox.
You're the
Your your,
Xbox.
your phone's the Xbox.
Your
Your
toaster
your
could play Xbox
your
games.
TV's the Xbox. Like yeah, like that was like again, like when you give up on playing the game, who cares who won?
Yeah.
And so now like
J-
what we're really hoping for is that people actually start trying to play the game again.
Jacko Max for 2. Fuck modern consoles. We're playing the Wii with the granny. Well, you see, you cannot really. You cannot really compare the Wii to other consoles. That's a different animal completely. I mean, what like obviously they won that generation. No shit. They freaking how many fucking Wii's do they sell?
Too many to count. But
Yeah,
like
it's like that doesn't
we
count.
we broke containment. Like the PS2 was an extremely successful console, but the Wii broke containment. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is like there's just a bunch of normies, a bunch of people like old
Old people, yeah,
people,
they actually
like
it made sense for
people
them.
people
So,
that would literally never play video games played on the Wii, dude.
but it made sense. Like it was cheap, and it made sense for older people. But again, you cannot really compare that to a traditional console. Like if it was between the PS3 or Xbox, the 360 won that generation. Freaking because Sony's
Better
retarded.
not even like game library is obviously one thing, but like Xbox 360 just had an amazing live service. Amazing live
And
service.
the issue with Sony is their initial rollout was garbage. They fucked it up and they made it like what was it, $800? It was like, what are you doing?
Literally nobody has made a better live service than Xbox 360, and every single time I bring this up to Lily, she's like, "You sound like an old man that is obsessed with the bygone era. You're like the guy that's obsessed with the collapse of the Roman Empire when you talk about Xbox Live on the 360." Um, yeah, no, it like you guys, you had to have been there. You won't understand today.
Yeah.
You had to have been playing Black Ops 1 or Halo Reach or like Battlefield 3. You had to have been playing the original Xbox Minecraft. You had to have been like playing all of this like crap that was available. It was the most magical experience prior to Discord existing, prior to like anything being like even meaningfully enjoyable on your laptop or desktop computer. Like, yeah, no, just amazing service. And then nothing is compared to 360
Yeah,
Live.
360. I think 360, honestly, this is my take. Again, I was never into 360, but when you with the context, like with the power of hindsight, I do think the 360 overall was probably maybe not how to say this. It is one of the best consoles ever, I think.
Best service
But yeah,
paired with
like
hardware paired with yeah.
the problem with the 360, of course, you had the red circle and shit. You had that, but towards the end of the cycle, it was starting to fall off a little bit. But Like again,
Yeah, I know,
I was a
like for
360, but
the middle of the 360 cycle was an incredible period of time, and the only things you can like even get close to the amount of amazing warm experiences that existed on that. And I've talked to people older than me and younger than me. The closest equivalent is like if you were someone playing WoW when like in 2004, or like there's just very few experiences that compare to it. Like if you're playing like a tight knit MMO that was really popular, or like something else like TF2 Online on Steam, when it like the first few years it came out,
You have two
came ve-
mentioned.
TF2 Online came very close to the energy of Xbox Live on the 360. Like those are the only experiences that even come close to the social experience you had on the
Man,
360.
I've been playing TF2 since 2013. That game had the best fucking community of any game I've ever been in. I'm very content with the Blue Archive community right now.
Uh,
It's still a massive fucking cesspool. The Team Fortress 2 community. Oh man,
three
that was a fucking golden era for
360 was the peak of gaming. Yeah, I would say 360 was like from everything I've seen and like looking back at it. I think the 360 overall that was the peak of gaming. You had everything with the 360. That was the best combination, like the best of both worlds. But then they fucked it up. They-
I Team Fortress 2 kind of fucking went off a cliff with the Beat Your Match update. I mean, really, Tough Break was the. Oh my god, I'm starting to sound like a fucking Team Fortress 2 boomer. Holy shit.
um,
You know what? Where's my No, I don't need to drink a beer. I got work tomorrow in the morning
J-
at fucking
J-
5 o'clock.
Okay, one more super chat, then I think we're gonna probably end the stream because we've gone on long enough. It was kind of fun to talk about this Arizona primaries. That was meant the point of the stream, but the fucking it went nowhere. So
it lasted 5 minutes.
yeah, it's like what are we supposed to do? And I don't want to end the stream that soon. So yeah. Jacko Max for 2. 360 Live is a shared Gen Z male experience. Yeah, and the sad part is like companies took the wrong lessons from the 360. They took the completely wrong lesson. They fucked it up.
Yeah.
Companies tend to be fucking retarded nowadays for
Yeah.
some fucking reason. And I actually know why that reason is, but
Let's
I'm not
see.
going to say it because I'm the king of vague posting.
The It's so sad the GameCube flopped. It's one of the best consoles ever made. The problem with GameCube is just the fucking disc thing was stupid. That
This
was
game was stupid. There's a
it
lot
was
of stupid things
dumb.
about GameCube, but if you can find a way, I'm not telling you how, but if you can find a way to play GameCube games, some of the best content
Yeah,
on
they're amazing.
like of
Or
anything.
just get an old GameCube. You know, if you really
Yeah.
want to do that. I mean, again, it's not as expensive as you would think, but
Yeah, and if you need it, like if you need recommendations for GameCube era games, just like at me at Real John Rose, and I'll like open my DMs
it's
to you,
just
young
fucking.
child.
If they would have done a normal ass disc, they would have been fine. But no, they had to do that shit because freaking. Oh, we had to be Nintendo. We had to be special, and nobody liked it. Not a single soul's like, yeah, guys, we want to we're gonna get the GameCube over the PS2, which could play movies and stuff. Also, and that was when that DVD players were a big thing, early 2000s, and the Xbox came out and kick beat Nintendo. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's enough for the stream. We went long enough. Again, we're sorry for the Arizona primary sucking. It just that was pathetic. But Biggs won easily.
Biggs won, which is what I cared about. So it's
Yeah.
a good night in my book.
But anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching. We shall see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see us next time. Godspeed.